Hey, good morning to everybody. Welcome to another edition, a exciting edition of Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr., broadcasting live once again from the DFW, that's Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. We're very excited to be here once again as we have a great Saturday. I hear a lot of echo. We good? All right, we good?
Guys, I can't hear you.
Can you hear
If you
me?
can hear me,
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Kelly? Can y'all
can't
hear
hear
me?
you.
I couldn't hear earlier either. I had to unplug it and then plug my earphones back in.
Can y'all hear me? Desiree, y'all can hear me?
I can
I can hear
hear.
you now.
All right. All
Guys,
right,
I
Kelly,
can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Can't hear
You can hear
you.
me? She might have to log back out. Everybody can hear me, but she just can't hear me. So y'all hear me?
I
Yeah.
can. She may have to unplug her headphones and plug it back in. I don't know if there's a way you can tell her.
Unplug.
Mine was doing it a minute ago too.
All right, unplug your headphones and plug back in. Cause I can hear.
Hold on, let me text her and tell her.
All right. Yeah. But y'all can hear me on my end, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Can she do it now? Yeah, just let her know. But yeah, we can hear her. Okay. Okay.
Oh, is
There.
he?
I can
Okay.
hear. You,
Can you hear us now, Kelly?
yeah, because I heard her.
Yeah, we can hear her.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Yeah, cause I really can hear her talk.
Oh, you can hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, she said she's gonna log out and log back in.
Okay, cool, cool. Now how everybody's doing this one as we get everything situated? How are y'all ladies doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm doing great, of course. It's good to be back with y'all here on the podcast as well. On this lovely Saturday. Like I said, we thank everybody for tuning in with us on this once again lovely Saturday. It is April 15, 2023. Once again, we are broadcasting live here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. And like I said, we're very excited once again to be here with y'all, of course. And let me go ahead and do this right quick until Kelly get plugged back in. We just really waiting for her to plug in this morning.
Ursula, what's your plans for the weekend? You got some big plans?
Oh no. This is my weekend to chill. I've been on go for the last 2 weeks, and I'm just like I'm doing nothing today. Nothing. Literally nothing. My twins turned 20 on Thursday, so I was like all over the place trying to make sure they got their gifts. That my surprise went good. So I've been on go for the last 2 weeks. To so many April birthdays. So.
Yes, April birthdays. I think we have another birthday coming up this month because it's such a wonderful month for birthdays, huh, Fervin?
Oh, you know it is, because my birthday is next Saturday, of course. Thank God to see that. I'll be 41 years young. And also, I'm very excited that we're getting our website done. Big shout out to Cody when they set that up. So he's working on our website for Walking This Way's Impact Wars podcast. I'm very excited about that. Of course, a lot of great things is going on. A lot of great episodes are coming up as well. Once again, y'all ladies looking great. Look good to be back with y'all here on the podcast since we get to interview Kelly. She's here to get back in. But other than that, okay. She's rejoining, so we're waiting on her to get back in. So other than that, we're great. We're here. And we had a lot of great interesting topics on this podcast of later also. With the guys we had on here Wednesday with we talked about everything on the podcast
They
Wednesday
were,
night.
yeah, they were amazing. I thought they were so wonderful to have on.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff, and you never know what we talk about here on the show. I know a lot of times people ask, "Do we have questions?" Yeah, we have the questions, but a lot of times we just end up going to something else to really need to be addressed, but other than that, it
Yeah. Somebody had asked me, they were like, so exactly what is the general topic for the podcast? And I'm like, whatever our ADD minds take us to.
yeah. I mean, it really is because I know we do a lot of Q&A, we do a lot of interviews, or sorts, but then we always end up talking about something else. And I think, and what it is, people appreciate the organic of the conversations.
Yes.
That it don't sound rehearsed, it don't sound scripted or anything else, and that's what we really want to bring here on the show. You don't want to sound like robots. We want to make sure. Kelly, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Awesome.
Okay, there you go. Cool beans, cool beans. Welcome, Kelly, to Walking This Way's Impact Wars podcast. You're doing great things as a young, up and coming music artist. You did send me a clip of your video. We're gonna play that. Matter of fact, before we get off into the Q&A, we're gonna pull it up right quick, and then we're gonna talk about the song, the meaning behind the song, and what can people expect when the video comes up. So I'm about to agree to play that right now, and then we're gonna jump into our Q&A with Kelly.
I remember all the lies that you said. I remember all the lies that you said. I remember all the lies that you said to me. I remember all the lies that you I remember all the lies. Round two, me and you, do it again, and no, telling you, show and prove, don't just pretend that it's only me and you, when I know the truth, all the sexing and the texting and I caught you, don't think I forgot, 'cause you're back in my bed.
Awesome. Of course, that is a sneak peek of Kelly's video, of course. I remember. We know that lately we've been talking about relationships here on the show. Kelly, explain the video, explain the concept, and how did this masterpiece come together?
Oh, thank you. Well, how it came together was pretty much the song is about like, you're with this guy or girl and they just lie. They have all these lies and you're just like, man, if I give them another chance, like, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Even if we get back together, I remember everything you did to me.
Yes.
Realize all that. So just know, I know. So that's pretty much what it's about. And I want it to be more so about like empowering that person to either, if they want to stay or if they want to walk away, that's fine. But it's just that so they can know to the forefront that I'm valuable and I want you to remember that. So
Right. And you know what you said something important, Kelly. You said knowing that you're valuable. And that's what we've been talking about here on the show, knowing your worth, knowing your value, and not putting yourself in these situations. What I'm saying, in a situation where somebody's coming off being disrespectful towards you, mistreating you, not acknowledging them as your significant other, what the case may be, but to really go back to loving you and don't accept these toxic people, situations, but knowing your worth, knowing that it's somebody around the corner who will value you just for you. And that's what it's all about. Because we know we had a conversation about this before this, Ray. And big shout out to Keisha. She had brought up interesting point. Is like when you get with somebody, why are we together for? If you get with some, just get this question like, why did we get together for? What is the purpose why we got together for? And it has to be something there in the beginning. Okay, I was drawn to this person. I want to be with this person. I want to make a life with this person. And then it comes crumbling down. I also learned is we sometimes, not everybody, we don't be honest in the beginning. Like the young man in the video, he was doing all this stuff behind her back. Instead of him just being man enough in the beginning and say, you know what, I'm not ready for a relationship. Yes, I like to date other women or see other women. Then that would give her the opportunity to say, you know what, I'm good.
yeah.
Instead of just grabbing you along, manipulating you, tricking you, playing you, and then you get hurt instead of being
Mhm.
up straight up. That's what I believe in. That just I believe in. Just being
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
So first, Kelly, let me just say you are absolutely just stunning. I mean, just
Thank
a
you.
beautiful young lady, and I absolutely love that. I listened to some of your songs and like the one, enough. I loved it. Letting everybody know that no matter what how somebody else might view you, how you view yourself is what's truly important. And I think that was amazing. And I mean, I had kind of chills just watching this little clip of this new one that she's got coming out. I cannot wait to see the final video of that. But so what's inspiring you to write? I mean, for me, it's like through your music I'm feeling that whole empowerment, whether it's I mean, really, even if you're a man and you're watching this, just letting people feel that they are enough, that they don't have to be in that toxic relationship if that's not what's healthy for them. And so, what's inspired you to want to write all this?
I think that I've always been like towards like empowerment, empowering people. Really, like I said before, like so that people can see the value within themselves. I think that's very important to going into a relationship, because when you go into a relationship, you want to make sure you're whole and you already know who you are and what you want and all these things. So when you come together with another person, like it can just flourish from there. So I feel like I'm huge on just the empowerment aspect, whether that's from a relationship or self-love, anything along those lines. I feel it's just easy for me to just be able to like exude that through the music.
So let me ask, as a stunning upcoming artist that's doing amazing things,
Thank you.
how is it going for you with relationships? With all this that's going on in your career.
Yeah, I'm huge on self-love right now. So I'm not really focused per se like on a relationship or anything like that. But I will say like it's strengthened my love for myself, just knowing, like I said, what I bring to the table and doing things that I like and things that make me happy, make me want to get up early in the morning, like the podcast. So yeah, that's how I would answer that particular question there.
No, I love that. I think that's amazing. And I think that that's something that, any, individual, no matter what age or stage you're at in your life, or should we say what season you're at, we should all feel that type of security in ourselves that we don't have to be, with somebody that, we don't need to feel like that's what makes us whole. So I think that's amazing. And I think you're setting a wonderful example.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that makes total sense. I respect your answer, what you're saying, where you coming from, Kelly, with that because that's so important. You want to stay focused, and you hear people say purpose all the time, but you focus on your mission, your assignment, on what you want to accomplish, and then it's like you don't want nobody to hold you back. You don't want nobody to tell you it don't take all that, but knowing what you want to do, knowing that hey, this is where I want to make my life to be. I design my life this way and it's how it's supposed to be. And like you say, you just staying focused on your assignment, your mission, and that's to bring music. That's to empower people that you walk, that you come in contact with, and that's what we love here on the podcast is extraordinary men and women, extraordinary women as yourself doing extraordinary things. So keep with the great work that you're doing.
Thank you.
My question is, how long have you been? How long have you been in music? Is your fam? A lot of people that get in music. Is your family into music, or are you the only one in your family that took music to the next level?
I think other people in my family are definitely into music, especially my grandpa. Him and my grandma, they used to sing around the house. My grandpa was always playing Temptations, Sam Cooke. I could go on and on. He would always play it. And my grandmother, she was always playing, gospel music and, playing the piano. So I would just go in there with her, vibe with her. Like it was just so much fun. And that's when I found out like my love for music. Like I love it so much. There's nothing else I want to do. And I'm just very driven about it too. I'm just kind of like, if I can do it, if I can see it, I can do it. And that's what it's all about. Like, so I just love to be, I'm grateful, one, to be in the room every time, every stage I'm on. I'm just happy to be there, So yeah, definitely. So to answer the question, yes, my family has been in music. My family doesn't 100% support my music, but that's okay. My parents didn't, but it's okay. I know, circumstances. Maybe one day for a little girl, they can look at me and be like, "Oh, my parents didn't get it, but she didn't give up, and I see myself in her, and I can do it too." So yeah,
Well, because you think about it, you got to live your life, and you're
yeah,
doing something that benefits you. No, we thank God for our parents, but then it's like,
yeah,
okay, mom and dad, you did your thing. They raised you to be a respectful, mature, responsible woman. So hey, do your thing, and you just can't just do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing something that brings you joy. You're doing something that makes you happy, and not just that, you giving back. When you like doing music, you're giving back to the people. You're giving back to the public. Think about when music is part of our culture. Whether you working out in the gym, where you
yeah,
connect to your house, whether you driving down, you riding down the street, music plays a role. Or whether you being romantic, or what or case may be. So music plays a role in our culture, and that's what it. Ursula, have anything you want to ask?
Yes, definitely. Kelly, first, I want to just say thank you for being on the show. You are a beautiful woman. You're so talented. You have a
thank
beautiful
you.
voice. And when I was reading about you, I was like, oh, I definitely need to talk to her because I read that you were on the Apollo, right?
Yes, yes,
And look, I'm an '80s baby, okay? So I grew up watching
Hmm.
the Apollo, and some of the most amazing, talented individuals have graced that stage.
yeah.
So how did it feel to be a part of that history?
Oh, I think in the moment I was just so happy to be there. I was ecstatic. I made it through all the rounds. I was like, "Hey, yay! I'm gonna be on the Apollo!" Because like I said, my grandparents was always playing the Apollo. They was doing anything with music, so it was just really cool. And then a lot of my favorite artists have been on the Apollo. So if anything, it was just like, "Wow, I'm up here," and my favorite artists have been up here too. And this is just really exciting. So I was just excited.
I bet. I bet. I was like that. That is just like an opportunity of a lifetime. Not everybody gets that, but definitely, keep doing what you're doing. Keep inspiring yourself, inspiring others, because other people see you.
Thank you.
And that's it, because the name of the episode is called Big Dreams, and that's what it came from. Everybody has dreams. Growing up as a child, we all had dreams of being something. And we know that through life, people come, they try to take those dreams away. God gave everybody imagination for a reason. It's to visualize what we see for our lives, to be encouraged. And I love when other people give other people the green light, like, hey, do your thing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And make the best out of it. So let me ask you this. You're doing a lot of great matter of fact, you actually have a billboard in New York City, correct?
Yes.
Let's talk about that. How was that experience? See, your work is paying out. You see the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
So how was that? Well, when you actually seen this big old billboard of you in New York City.
Yo, one of those moments, like I was like, I'm not gonna cry because I just got my makeup done. But listen, I was so happy. I was like, this is crazy. And it was my birthday too. It was on my
Okay.
birthday. So I was like, this is the best birthday gift, like, period. Nothing tops this. Like, I was just like, yo, it was one of those moments. It was like, wow, when you're a little girl, you're like, I want to do this. And, and then you see yourself on the billboard and it's really inspiring. So I was just happy. I was ecstatic.
Man, that's what's up. Desiree, you want to read the comments? We got a
Yeah, it
comment
says
that you
L
want to.
Strings tapping in. It says, "Love you, Kelly. You are so talented."
Oh, hey, L Strings. That's a good friend of mine. She's amazing. She's talented too. She's
And
really
then
Awesome.
we have another one on here that says, "Let's go, Kelly. Love you, friend." I love all this support, and I think that I have to say, you have a lot more restraint than me, because even if I had my lashes done at that moment, I would have probably cried. I'd probably still cry every time I'd see myself on a billboard. Okay, so kudos to you for that. I'd be like, these mink lashes are just gonna have to be ruined today.
yeah.
And that's what's up. You see, I see the joy, and I see how your face lit up and is glowing. That's what we love to see. And hey, I respect you, and I give you your roses right now. You know what I'm saying? People
Oh,
give
thank
you a
you.
rose. Yeah, man, just keep doing your thing. And I know you had opened up for somebody that I really like a lot, and everybody should know who she is.
Who?
Yeah,
Ashanti.
Ashanti. Everybody know that. Everybody
Oh,
should know
yeah.
that.
Everyone likes
Yeah,
her.
yeah. If I had the opportunity to make her my wife, I'd love to make her Mrs.
Aw.
Jackson. I know what, if I had her as my wife, that'd be it for me. all these
Well,
other women in
you might have to go up there and sing a song for her. Get on stage, jump on stage, just start singing.
well, I'm not the same, but
Oh dang, rap.
well,
Rap.
we that, but
Invite her to the podcast, okay?
yeah,
Make your
Yeah.
impression there.
yeah, invited to the podcast. But if I had my wife, I'd be settling down. I wouldn't want nobody else. It's just me, you and me against the world. That's just me.
Yeah.
But how was that open? How did that all come about? You opened up for Ashanti and you opened up for Ja Rule. We know, well, I'm an '80s baby too, and we know Ja Rule was, coming out in the early 2000s, and he was a award-winning artist. How did that come about? Open up for them, and you did it twice. So
Yes.
how the first time it happened?
So the first time I was actually performing at a beauty pageant in Hollywood, Florida. So that was exciting. And one of the promoters was in the crowd, and he's like, "Hey, you know what? I think you would be a good fit for opening up for the Ashanti and Ja Rule concert." So I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, it's already an amazing year. Apollo had just aired. I did the beauty pageant. I was doing talent shows around Knoxville, Tennessee. So it was just kind of like, it kind of fell into place. It kind of felt like one thing led to another. And he's like, "Hey, I think you would be a good fit." So, he told me all the details. The first show was in Denver. So it was with Bone Thugs and Harmony, Ashanti
Okay.
and Ja Rule. And it was like really exciting because, I grew up watching Ashanti on 106 in Park. I was like, I'm a late 90s baby. So like late, like almost didn't make 90s, but I was watching.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but I was.
Yeah, don't make Desiree feel old because you say that.
We talk about this all the time because I'm in the 70s, and so he always likes to bring up how I'm a little older, but that's okay.
Oh, that's okay. Like
I'm living my best life right now. Okay.
You don't look it, and it's all about how you feel.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
But carry on.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Oh.
we interrupted. I told you ADD on this show all the time. Okay.
No, you're good. You're good, and you look really amazing. Like,
thank you.
But yeah, I mean, like it was exciting, and that's how it ended up coming about. So just being at that beauty pageant, like singing there. So, but yeah.
So all you were doing, you was at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Your gift made, and the Bible says that your gift should make room for you.
Yes.
You was just utilizing your gift, and the door opened up for you.
Yeah.
It's like, and you probably just carry on to the day, like, okay, I'm doing this today, and before you know it, somebody was in the audience, discovered you, gave you opportunity, and you ran with it. And how you just really okay, that's great. If you don't understand, if you work your gift, ladies and gentlemen, things will happen for you. And I talked about this in my Facebook post last night when I was at work. You ain't gotta come. You don't have to look for them. They gonna come looking for you.
Yeah.
All you have to do is work. They gonna come looking for you. Your name is already known, and you ain't never met these people yet. It's like when you first, they have everything already on you. They have your history. They have your everything because people watches you, and that's a beautiful thing. So keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So-
Thank you.
So Kelly, as a grandma myself, I have read up some on you. Your grandma that actually helped inspire you to push and keep chasing your dreams, correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yes, that's amazing. And so I think that's, even with not having parents to be supportive, knowing that your grandparents were, I think that's, it doesn't matter where our support system comes from. It's the fact that we all have a support system that we can count on. So I love that she pushed you to strive for your dreams.
Yeah, and it's like, some days are harder than others because she's no longer here. So I have to remember the things that she installed in me and to, never give up. And I remember the last thing she did say to me is like, whatever you do, like go for your dream, don't settle. And I was like, okay, cool, and at that moment, I was, of course, emotional and et cetera. But yeah, she definitely pushed me. Some days I didn't want to get up and stuff like that. But she would just push me and tell me no, today's a new day. You can do it. And just keep singing, baby. Just keep singing. So she was the sweetest.
Yeah, I love that. That's amazing. And I send you my love for her not being here anymore. And I'm glad though
Mhm.
that in a way she really is, because every day you get to carry her through your music. So that's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
And it looks like an Andrew Harris is saying, "Love ya, Kelly."
Oh, hey, Drew.
Also, everybody coming in, showing you love and supporting you, leaving comments in the comment section, and that's a beautiful thing. That lets you know you making an impact on the individual lives, Kelly. And like I know you mentioned your parents. I mean, they don't you said mention not support, but what is they feel like is what you think they try to protect you, like dealing with records and stuff like that. They think they come out being overprotective, or eventually I know they will open up and understand because you're a older woman. It's like okay, you gotta do you.
Yeah, I think, well, my parents are, well, my mom, she is mainly very spiritual. So it's just kind of like, I don't want you, she calls it the devil's playground. I don't want to get too deep into that,
Oh
but
no no no
her
no no.
beliefs, right, her beliefs. Um, but aside from that too, they tried to do, my father, he tried to do music too. He was a rapper. He just wasn't as, passionate about it. And sometimes when you don't, you know what I mean, like give your all towards the dream, or I'm not saying he didn't give his all. I'm just saying when you get deterred, some people
Right.
can't recover from that. And that can lead into projection and all these other things. But I just never really let that affect me. I said maybe one day they'll come around, and if they don't, it's okay too. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it um, to please them. I'm doing it because it makes me happy, and I want to give glory to God, of course. So that's what it's all about for me. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's what's up. And because somebody else got to leave a comment section too. What they say.
Oh, it says, "Man, 100%."
Like I said, you are inspiring people to right now just by you speaking your presence. And I love your presence. You
Thank
have a
you.
very meek, beautiful spirit about yourself.
Thank
It's
you.
very humbling. You welcome. It's not prideful, boastful yet, all that, but you really just you being you. Let's talk about music. Like as you being an artist, is it you taking all the business aspect, or you got people in place that actually help you with that?
Both, both. Um, recently I just got a manager back in October, so that's super exciting. It took it took most of the stress off because now I can focus more so on the music aspect and just, writing and just vibing out to everything that's around me and soaking it all in as inspiration versus back then I kind of was doing everything. Like I was just kind of like, oh, let me book the shows, let me make sure that all of this is in place, everything, like finding dancers, whatever. Like I did the whole thing, and I was okay with that because at the end of the day it is my dream. You know what I mean? People, you have to go hard for your vision, more than anyone else. So but now I do have people in place. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I do believe you have to be the face of your franchise. If nobody else don't show up, you show up. I got another comment too. Go ahead, Desiree.
It says, "Thanks, Kelly. Your couple of likes stopped me from quitting music. Let me know. Never know who's watching. Thank you, Kelly."
Oh, that's so
Wow.
sweet. Oh, don't give up, Bart. Like, thank you so much for following my journey, and I'm so glad that I was able to inspire you in that way.
You see how this show just changed. It's like go. You see how this stuff changed. Ursula and Desiree. We talk about this stuff like you never know what happens on this show. You never know people's stories. You never know that how she came. Even though we put ahead this you see how things work out. Even though we had a schedule, we had to reschedule Kelly, and then like all of a sudden, like this day was meant for that. That your story is inspiring someone else. That your story is empowering somebody. You mentioned empowering, not giving up, taking the chances, knowing who you are, believing in yourself, and don't let nobody or anything deter you from that. And don't worry about what other people think about you. I had a conversation, bitch out the Coach Shay had a conversation with her this morning, and it's that you don't people. It's not about people pleasing. It's that, and you shouldn't have to apologize at all for where you coming from, how you feel. Why you need to apologize for that? because you being you, and people respect realness. What they always saying, real recognize real, right?
Yay.
So that's what it's all about. So that's
So,
talking. Go ahead,
oh no,
Desiree.
I was just going to ask Kelly. Do you feel like that when you're on stage, you get to? That's when you truly get to come out of that shit. Like, and I could be completely wrong. Call me out on it, girl. Okay, you're just so like you're so sweet, and you just seem so like more like if you're kind of quiet and reserved in your like everyday life. But it's like when I have watched the videos of you, and even the on stage with Ja Rule and Ashanti and stuff. Like it's like you just bloom. Like you are speaking from your heart, and you're really getting to express. It's like having a whole different life if you're looking at it from this view, right? So is
Yeah,
that how it kind of is for you? Like that's your time that you can use that voice and express everything that you're feeling.
for sure. I feel like that's how I'm heard, like just singing songs, like singing my story, singing other people's songs they'll write for me, and just try to put myself in that situation and how would I feel if I was in that situation. And it just feels so good. I'm like, yo, I get to like wear this beautiful hair, and I get to wear like these beautiful outfits, and like it's so different from me because I am more on that like introverted side. But when I'm able to talk about music and just sing and stuff like that, I notice that's when I come alive the most. So yeah, for sure.
Like
And
I
that's
said,
what's
I
up.
didn't want to. I didn't want to be like I'm judging. I'm not judging. You just seem so like sweet and like I'm always loud and extra, no matter where you see me at. So, but I love that because I feel like that's when you really feel that passion come out of it too. When somebody can see how you are, like you are, in your everyday, environment, even like right here, right now. Like if I was to talk to you right here, right now, and then I was to watch things, I'd be like, well, damn, okay, girl. And so I love it. I love that it brings that out in you because we were just talking the other night about how I can get so passionate when it comes to music or even like movies. And, some people will be like, it's just a song, it's just a movie. But I'm like, no, that's when it's good. If it gives you the chill
Yeah.
bumps, if you feel like you're living your story is being told in somebody else's song, like
Yeah.
that's when it's good, right? So
Yeah.
I love that.
And plus music, like it's energy, you know what I mean? Like it's like you can feel the good vibes, you can feel like you can just feel the frequency. Like, if you're listening to a sad song, like eventually you're gonna get sad if you're playing a whole list of sad songs. If you're playing happy songs, you're gonna get happy. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a frequency, it's a vibe in it. So, you
Yes.
just glide it and
Yeah,
And that's what's
absolutely.
yeah. And before we get further off into our Q&A with Kelly, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We got to pay some bills, and after that, we're gonna jump right back into our Q&A. And by the way, for those that's in the comment section on our YouTube channel, go ahead and like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and leave comments as well. And we are live streaming on Twitter right now. We are live streaming on Facebook Live and of course YouTube. And of course the clip. And also give a big shout out to our listener viewers on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, all social media platforms, iHeart as well. And we're gonna be right back after this commercial break.
M. Green Enterprises, the home of Malira Green, your confidence coach. She is a licensed clinical social worker who serves as a therapist, clinical supervisor, master healer, and transformative speaker. Malira is fiercely committed to guiding individuals to become unstuck and motivated to confidently reach their goals while owning their God-given gifts. She serves as the bridge between your caterpillar and butterfly moment. If you are ready to transform, check out www.maliratransforms.com, where she is ready to.
With today's technological advances and fast-paced life, BMS is your trusted next-generation IT solutions provider that keeps you ahead of the competition. From humble beginnings, BMS Company is now one of the fastest-growing software engineering service providers, with international presence and golden reputation for excellence. The BMS Company is your one-stop global destination for web development, mobile application development, digital marketing, SEO, Facebook and Google advertising, social media management, business consulting, printing services, and many more. BMS is trusted to provide timely, cost-effective solutions. At BMS, we believe in providing guaranteed results, irrespective of a project's complexity. No stories, no excuses. And core to all of our operation is that we practice what we preach, and we deliver what we promise. We're proud of our dream team of solution-driven enthusiasts comprising of industry experts in various fields, including blockchain, IoT, and AI. Our unique makeup and cooperate synergy enables BMS to add heart to technology while delivering our trademark exceptional results for our esteemed customers. Get free 3 months of hosting and 30 days SEO when you partner with us today. Call us now on 469-992-4567 or visit our website at thebmscompany.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back here on Walking This Way's Impact Force podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson G. I'm the CEO and founder of Walking This Way's Impact Force podcast. We are broadcasting once again here in the DFW. That is Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Of course, it is Saturday, April the 15th, 2023, and we are hanging out with us here on this Saturday morning. Big shout out to my lovely co-hosts, Desiree and Ursula with me this morning, and also our featured guest, Kelly, with us this morning as well. She's an extraordinary singer. She's about working. She's about hustling. She's about fueling her hustle as well. She's all about making an impact in music, not just in music, but the way she carries herself, her spirit, her energy to inspire others that she come in contact with as well. And Kelly, once again, thank you for taking time out of your, I don't say the word busy, but take time
Productive.
out of your correct productive schedule to hang out with us on this Saturday morning. So, as you being a singer, of course, how do you start your day? What time do you get up in the morning? We know legends. And I say that word again. Legends like to get their day started early in the morning. I don't sleep. I work. I don't sleep. I'll sleep for a little while, but I don't sleep long. But how do you go about starting your day? Because we know we only got 24 hours in a day. So what time do you start your day, and then what time do you end your day?
Well, you know what? When you think about it, I am a late night person, and which is technically early morning. So we're gonna vibe with what you just said there. So, usually like 3, 4 a.m. You know, I'll always be up writing songs. That's usually how I start my day, writing records. And then usually I'll go make this green juice. Like it'll be like celery, broccoli, cucumbers, pineapple, like super healthy. And then I'll drink that. I'll exercise, make sure, like my body's in good shape, all that, etc. And then just kind of like, whatever's planned, whatever my manager has for me, we'll go from there. So it varies. No day is really the same. Sometimes it's just like a mix up of, what's going to be happening in my day.
Yeah, that's what's up. I know you say you go ahead, Desiree.
No, I was going to say, and we talk on the show all the time, and I was laughing or grinning about the whole green drink because Furman was making one the other day, and I was like, yeah, okay, y'all are way healthy. I mean, I'm over here like trying to survive on energy drinks, which I know is completely not healthy, but because I don't sleep very much either, like
Yeah.
I feel like I always need something to pick me up. But I'd probably actually feel better if I was drinking something a little healthier like you guys, okay? But
it's getting if it's say just getting in the mood of it. Cause matter of fact, I gotta give you some more of that anyway. Because I want to challenge myself in more juicing because as you get older, you want to take your health more seriously. And I'm not just throwing it out there, I'm just saying, but just really want to be more healthier, last long, and just be more energetic, alert, creative, all the other great stuff. So being healthy, and you want to feel good about yourself too when you're in shape and healthy and stuff like that. So the
but
juices. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, but and maybe that is something I need to focus a little more on. Y'all talking about working out at this early in the morning too. Y'all just trying to make me between age, eating healthy, taking better care of your body. I don't know. I feel like y'all are always preaching to me on this podcast, but maybe one day it'll hit me. I don't know. Ursula, are you a morning workout person too?
No, ma'am.
See, that's why Ursula has to be on this show with me to give me this extra support.
Listen,
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna tell y'all my guilty pleasure and how I woke up this morning on the podcast. You see what I have? This is what I woke up eating this morning. Can you see that?
No,
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 my
it's cut out.
background.
There
Look,
you go. See, this is my girl right here.
yeah, that was my breakfast. So I have no conversation in the healthy stuff.
Well, you know what? I got me some green
And
tea
then
already.
I'm sorry, Fireman, but you have to know I'm in Louisiana, honey. We eat
Oh,
in
nice.
Louisiana, okay?
I know you have good gumbo.
Yes,
I need to go
ma'am. Look,
back.
all the seasoning, the Creole, the everything. So I can't do green stuff.
But let me say, but you know when you being okay, when you being healthy, when you on your assignment and you on your mission, it plays a role in being healthy. No, I'll just leave it. I want to make sure I stay healthy because working on this show, working my regular job, working on the show, I just want to be more and I want to look good for my age. Because somebody thought I was in my 30s. I said, no, I'll be 41. They're
No.
like, I'm usually 30s. I take care of myself. Appreciate it. Staying hydrated, drinking plenty of water. I know, Kelly, you're a singer, so you know that being in shape is part of being a singer. You'll be on stage. And you don't want to be on stage being long winded and huffing and puffing and stuff like that. That's not good.
Yeah, that's true. It helps with the breathing.
But
Yeah.
see, that's Kelly. See, Kelly has to do that for her job, though. See, I drink water. I have my detox tea. I work out so that I can eat.
Right. Okay. Yeah, but that's fine. That's fine. But we're talking about health today on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you
Look,
this.
you're gonna make me have to go to the gym as soon as we get finished with this, okay?
Get your
I'm feeling like I'm being productive that I actually even show up. Like, yes, this sometimes we talk about this too, Kelly. Like sometimes I'll be on here, I feel like I'm on point. I got them lashes on, makeup's all done, hair's looking right, dressed cute. And then some days you just get this. But at the end of the day, I show up and I'm still who I am
yes, you do. You
every
do.
single time. Okay.
You
So
do.
I feel like that is like my little, you're gonna get me the way that I come. But one thing about me is you'll never see me different. Like I'm always true to myself. So no matter how rough I look, no matter how much extra weight I put on, I'm still me. But I do agree, taking better care of yourself is so important. And I'm not gonna lie, I was watching you dance on the show when you performed with Ashanti and I was like, see, now I can move like that if I was like a thinner, all right? I'm gonna say I could do it, but getting thinner, feeling like I could be confident moving like that, I'm like, no, this Filipino girl don't have those moves in her, okay? Mm-mm.
But she just
Oh
love what she doing. But you know what, Kelly, you
Huh?
just love what you doing. You have it. I would say with Kelly, she just does doing what she doing. Look how she glowing. Look at that. She glowing and a smile just lighting up a room because she's having fun. And you just doing something, you just like that childlike moment, as a child. Children don't have. I understand when Jesus talking about being like children, because children don't have no care in the world. They full of joy, they energy, they have these wild imagination. I understand why Peter Pan didn't want to grow up.
Me too. I get it. I
Look,
get it.
my niece loves, she's about to be 9 at the end of this month, and she's always doing like little Snapchat, like little dance videos, and she's like, Auntie, come do this with me, and I'm like, do you want to be blocked? Like, do you want like to be banned from all social media? Have me dance with you one time on there. She's like, but you always dance around the house like with me, and you're always singing. I'm like, because nobody's watching. Okay, But and I don't know where that little girl gets her moves from. Not me. She gets a lot from me. Probably a lot of that sassy, confident attitude. But no, this body was not meant for moving.
She gonna get it. She gonna get it.
Don't be
She
One day
gonna
I'm
get
gonna
it.
surprised
come
if
on.
she has.
One day I'm gonna come on this podcast. And I'm gonna be like all like fit, and I'm be like, y'all need to watch this. Watch how I just learned my body can shake. Okay.
Hey, make it happen.
I
Like
mean,
Nike just do.
I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there so that way maybe I'll have to I'll have to follow through. Okay, that's what I'm going with right there. All right, but
Man,
so what would you say? And this is something we talk about all the time too. People making those sacrifices to be able to pursue those dreams, to fulfill those dreams. What would you say has been like your biggest sacrifice to get where you're at today?
I think missing out on like what everyone else in their early 20s is doing. Like I have a lot of friends that'll be like, hey, come out, let's go to the club, da da. I'm like, no, I have to stay here. I need to write some music, or go to the gym, whatever's going to help me propel as a singer. Even if that means like sitting in prayer closet, whatever I have to do. Sometimes I do have to sacrifice, what everyone, I guess, and I don't want to say everyone's experience in their 20s, but just kind of sacrificing that 100% carefree, let's make mistakes, right here and there. But I mean, yeah, like parties, hanging out with friends. Some people don't understand that. Like, it's just like, oh, like, I feel like you're blowing me off. And it's not that. It's just that, music does come first. And I still love you and I care for you as a friend. But, you have to understand what I'm, doing. And if you don't, I understand that too. But,
Right. Yeah, for me, like I was, I became a mom when I was 21. I was already married for, a while, became a mom at 21, had my second child when that one was, I got pregnant with my second son when the first one was 7 months old. So again, another mama at 22. And so, we were talking on an earlier show too about how, for me, like I'm just now at this time, now that my sons are grown, being, that they're now 20. One of them just turned 21. The other one's, 22. I'm now finding who I am. I'm now like saying, okay, my hobbies were my son's hobbies. Their dreams were my dreams. But now that I'm about to be 44, I'm like, let's see what Desiree enjoys. Let's see what makes me excited about life. And that's been like kind of a struggle thing for me, is like trying to say, who am I? Like, who am I? And so I think that, it's great that not that I would change it for anything. I loved being a young mom. I loved, and I don't even really say young, like 21, 22 is not really bad. Okay. But I got to kind of grow up with my kids. So they are my best friends and I love that. But I do admire those that are saying, I'm taking this time while I'm younger to really chase my dreams. And so I commend you on being able to do that. But I'm gonna find my thing.
You can do it. And you know what? Someone I really like too is J-Lo. And she says this affirmation that I really adore. And she'll say, I'm valuable at every age. I'm finding myself at every age. And that's something I do like, that her affirmations are pretty good, so yeah.
And I bet J-Lo's drinking them green juices, because I got to think of what movie it was I just saw the other day. And listen, J-Lo, when I saw this movie, and I said, that body, okay, that, come on now, J-Lo, you making the rest of us looking really bad right now, okay? She is like a girl crush, all right? She's got it going on.
Yeah, she's cool.
And but you know what? It's just that investment. Just really investing in yourself, investing your time, your energy, your resources, in which you are investment, and you should value that investment. And a lot of times people feel like they have to be a big household name to be in shape and do these things. No, you can just be an everyday person like yourself. Invest your time, invest your energy in you, and just break away from people who complain too much. I remember back in the day, people used to love the work. People used to go out there and hustle and bustle. It's not in this generation, not everybody, but some people, they like to murmur and complain too much. It's like, it don't take all that. Why you gotta do all that? It's like people want shortcuts. And in order to be successful, you're gonna have to take that road to be successful, not no shortcuts.
Yeah.
So Kelly, let me ask you this too, and I don't know, I've not seen any of it, so just asking you if it has happened. We talk a lot on the show about how social media, plays a lot in everybody's life, right? If, and like I said, haven't seen it, but if you've gotten any negative, kickback from any of your, haters out there, how have you handled with that situation?
For sure. So like after Apollo, there was, of course, like mixed emotions, because the crowd was very mixed emotions as well. So how I handled that was, I have to have empathy. I have empathy naturally, but I'll have empathy like, you know what? There's a reason why they're writing, something mean here. I did the same thing with bullying, because I was like growing up being bullied. So like all I would say is like, there's a reason why they're acting like this. And if anything, I just want them to have grace, and stuff like that. You know, I had to understand that they're going through something, and it has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with me. And I focus on the people who love me, not the people who don't get it. I don't have time to like really sit there and be like, oh my God, why doesn't this person get it? And this is so mean. I just focus on the people who love me and show me support. And I think I'm going to get more of a return on my investment doing that versus just sitting there like, man, dang, why doesn't this person like me? It's just not, I just don't care. Yeah, I just don't care about it.
I love that. And I love, again, that self-control, because that is something so hard. You know, a lot of people, you know, and I've been guilty of it many times myself. We feel like we have to defend ourselves. We feel like that we have to people please everybody. And then sometimes we get lost in what the true meaning behind what we're doing is. You know, as I get more mature, don't want to say older, as I mature, I'm learning that not everybody's going to like me. Not everybody's going to agree with what my voice speaks, or what my actions do. But if I can lay down every night, feel proud of myself, if I wake up every morning with the mindset that I'm going to do something, whether it's going to be, you know, helping one individual or helping 50 individuals, my heart's going into it with the right purpose, right? So I think that that's good that you can separate and say, I'm not going to feed into that. And unfortunately, you know, that is why a lot of people's dreams get shut down, though, is that, you know, they get so caught up into that negativity that they think, okay, I got to quit. I'm going to call it quits here. And so what would you say for any of those younger, you know, the younger individuals out there that are, you know, whether it's through music, whether they believe themselves into, you know, some other kind of gift, what would you say to help motivate them to want to keep pursuing that dream?
I say, and I'm just huge on self-love. I'm just kind of like, if it makes you super happy, like, you just got to be like, okay, this person doesn't get it now. They'll get it whenever, you know, whenever they come to their senses. I'm just kidding.
Right? Yes.
They'll get it eventually. But I would definitely say just sometimes you just got to push through it. You know, you got to get to the top of that mountain. You just got to push through. You just got to stay laser focused and be like, no, this makes me happy. I love it. Forget anyone who don't. And I know it's harder said than done. So I would also say, like, do something in the direction of it every single day, you know, so you don't feel like you're getting behind on it. Just do something every day towards it. And then you'll feel like, oh, I'm seeing progression, you know, maybe today I can hit a C note. I didn't know how to hit a C note yesterday. Like, all those things will keep you small wins. Celebrate your small wins. I would say that.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. You know, when I'm singing in the shower, I'm always like, I hit that note finally, and you know, it motivates me. It makes me feel like, yes, growth. No, I'm just kidding. I don't aspire to be a singer. I mean, I would love it. I always say, gosh, I wish I just had that voice, because I do love music. I think that, and I love that I've instilled that in my sons too. You know, they. Like, people will be like, are your kids really listening to like Otis Redding's? Like, they're in their 20s,
Oh, nice.
they're young, and I'm like, listen, their mama, like, I'll bust out that old iPod, okay, and put on that music that I grew up feeling, you know. And so I love that they also, you know, use that as a healthy, you know, tool, for, you know, good coping skills. And so I think that that's, you know, such a positive thing. I don't find it to be negative that they can listen to Otis Redding's and feel it. But you know, go ahead. I'm sorry, Furman. Were you about to say something when I cut you off a minute ago?
No, I'm just listening to you talk. Go ahead. You good.
Look, he always just lets me. Ursula, you can interrupt me. Y'all know how I am. I'll be like, Kelly, let me ask you this. Kelly, let me, because I feel like that this is such a great place for us to be able to just talk about the things that maybe we don't get the time to stop in the middle of the day to discuss. And you know, obviously, there's going to be people that are listening, you know, live, that might take something from it and be like, yes, I'm going to take that. Or if it's them going back and listening to our podcast later. And I think that that's what I love so much about doing these, is that it is our chance to help even if it's just one person that can be inspired by something they've heard on one of these, you know, podcasts, then that means that it's worth getting up at 10 a.m. You know,
I felt that in my spirit.
Oh, that's what's up. You know, and that's what it is. You're doing something you love to do. You loving yourself. You valuing yourself. because God made us all different. We all different in our own special way. It's only one us. Like when they go and check your fingerprint, they're not gonna find nobody else but you. And that going back, like you said, Kelly, to the self love, loving yourself. Now we start to do more of that now, loving yourself, valuing yourself, not wasting your time, not knowing, okay, I gotta, I don't want to let myself down. That's what I want to say. When you look yourself in the mirror, first thing you see in the morning, you see Kelly in the morning. So it's like I don't want to let Kelly down. I want Kelly to have the best life. I want Kelly to have the life she always fantasized about, she always dream about. So that's what it's all about. So I'm gonna say this: it's nothing wrong with being selfish. People think being selfish is wrong. No, when you try to get somewhere in life, you gonna have to do everything it takes to get there. Like you mentioned earlier, sacrificing. You know, you got friends and you and around the same age. They want to go club, this and that, blah 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 blah. But you know what you're working for. You're on a mission. You're on assignment, and what you're saying is really helping somebody. What Desiree saying is helping somebody. What Ursula is saying is helping somebody. So that's what it's all about. And I just that's we talking about music. You're living your dream. This is something that you're doing. I know you was excited that did you do a feature or something? I seen on your Facebook page you did a feature or something with someone.
Um, yes, so it was my first feature, my first paid feature. So that
Okay,
was
congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, that was like super exciting. Another moment that I have to mention this too, honorable mention, is for I Remember. I it was produced by Seven Aurelius, and he's amazing too, like really amazing. Very talented at what he does. Um, I feel like moments like that, those inspire me all over because it's just kind of like one, I'm getting paid to do, what I love to do. It was my first paid feature. That was exciting. And then working with Seven, he's already had like major success. And the fact that, him and my management see something in me, like that's really, really means a lot to me. Like that means a lot. Um, so yeah, I'm just lucky. Oh, not lucky, blessed. I
Yeah,
like to.
as that. Don't I don't like that. Let me tell you that I don't like that term lucky because
Yeah.
I looked that term up a while back.
Yeah.
Quote me if I'm wrong, but I kind of took it as a negative term. When people
Oh,
used to tell me good luck, basically you don't believe what I'm doing. It's like
oh,
you say it in a nonchalant way. So I don't like that term. Look, I tell people all the time, don't tell me that because it's like you don't want me to win. It's like you want me to fail, and I'm not gonna fail. I'm gonna conquer. Everybody should want to conquer. We should have that mindset. But I hope when you first got that paycheck on your feature, I hope you probably should have framed it and put it on your wall, put it somewhere, and look at it like you know what, my work is paying off.
yeah.
That's not just the first check. I
Yeah.
know you got like many more checks, and then you know it, you making money while you sleep. You know you're working, but then you make money while you sleep, and you get that notification. Oh man, check just came in my account, but that come from your work.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this too, Kelly. Are you gonna be doing any acting? 'Cause we know a lot of musicians. They go from doing music to acting. Is that in your future? Is that in your plans, or you just gonna stick to music, or what else?
So definitely possibly because I feel like even with like getting on stage and even in the music videos, like there requires some type of acting there. So I feel like being able to just like transition that over into like monologues and scripts, I don't think that would be too hard. So I definitely am interested in acting pretty soon, maybe not right now, but later down the road, yeah, definitely. Definitely. I like dressing up and being different characters and that sounds weird, but it's true. I do. So yeah.
I'm gonna say, you know what, Kelly? It's not you being yourself is not weird at all.
Mm-mm.
So you don't really have to say that sound weird. That's just you being Kelly, and I respect that. We all respect that. Look
Yeah.
at Desiree; she does be herself. Ursula be herself as well. So we love that. Be yourself is not weird at all. So Ursula, I know Ursula, you have anything you want to ask?
So I was just wondering because I'm a writer. I write books, but I
Yes, you
started
do.
out with poetry, and I'm really big in music because I feel like music is poetry, and I'm always listening to the words and the meaning of every song that I listen to. But I always find that my biggest moments of creation is when I'm sad or when I'm angry or when I'm hurt. It's just like the thoughts just start flowing. So I want to know, what is your moments of greatest creativity?
I think, yeah, definitely when I'm at my lowest. Because when I'm at my highest, I'm like living my best life. I'd be like, eh. But when I'm at my lowest, for sure, because like it allows me to like kind of center myself, and I can like, when I feel emotions, I allow myself to feel them. So when I do feel them, I always have like my notebook. I'm old school. I have the notebook with me and the pen, and I'll write down whatever comes. And then after that, I'll do maybe like hum on the voice recorder because that's close to me too. And I'll just write it. She gets it
all the time.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
But yeah, so definitely like I would say like at my lowest, or whenever I'm feeling, inspired, I could be in the car and then like for example, like one of my songs I wrote called Cold Sweat. I was literally just in the car and I was just vibing. Like I was like, hey, like I didn't have a plan for the song. I just came up with the melody, and then that's usually how I write too. I'll come up with a random melody and then I'll then form the words, I guess is what you could say. Like form the words then, or make the words make sense, because sometimes I'll just write anything, but make them make sense. So I would definitely say like different emotions, whenever I just kind of feel like it, but definitely pinpointing when I'm at my saddest for sure. Yeah.
Right,
That's,
right. And I
that's
like how
what's
you
up.
said allowing your emotions, because that's how I am. Like what I'm feeling, I have sticky
Yeah.
notes everywhere. I have a recorder that I drive with, and I'm like talking. My kids are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I just had a moment. Give me a minute."
Yeah.
So it's just like stuff always comes to me so randomly. So I just find that amazing, especially artists, creativity. It's just like it's not just something that we do. It's just like it comes to us naturally.
Yes. Yes.
Right. That's it. Let me ask you this, Kelly. Do guys find you intimidating? Because some guys, no, because
We talked about this. This is a
because
legit question.
because I asked that because when you about your business, right?
Yes.
You making a life for yourself. You're serious about your career. Do some guys find you intimidating? Because some guys, I was some with males find women of your caliber very intimidating. So do they feel small, or how do they go about it? That's the question I just want to ask. Because some guys just feel intimidated. Well, I don't know why, but it's pretty weird. It's goofy.
Can I be honest really quick?
Always be
Yes,
honest.
absolutely.
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
That's
always
what we
be honest.
need from you. I need that honesty.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't know. I always, I'm nice to everybody, I'm nice to everybody. And then on top of that, if people are trying to pursue me, it goes over my head just because like I'm not really like it's not really like a focus for me. I
Right.
feel and that's probably when I've never been in a relationship, so I don't know. So I just kind of feel like maybe not. But I miss all the signs. Like even if they I mean, some people just straight up ask, but I really don't know how to answer the question because I feel like I'm just nice to everyone, and then maybe.
You're just being honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
'Cause we talk about this on the show all the time because when people are doing something with their life and before they get in a relationship, okay, you want somebody to match your energy. You want somebody to match your drive. You want somebody that's ambitious, goal oriented, all the other good stuff, right?
Yes.
And you don't want nobody. You're not gonna entertain any and everybody because a lot of times people just want to come in to stop your hustle, want to come in and stop your elevation because they're not elevating, they're not hustling, they're not grinding. So it's like they're jealous of you because you realize just because you're in a relationship with somebody, they could be undercover hating too.
Oh
That
yeah,
or-
that's the friendships too.
Yes.
That's all the friends.
Yes.
That or they're
Relationship.
yes, that or they're coming in because they need to piggyback off of you.
Oh yeah, right. You
Off
said
of
I
your
remember.
success, right? And so, but
Right.
we do talk about this about how sometimes it's like we we don't get that support from our significant other, and I understand you're not, in a relationship right now, but we have talked about how, we want that partner that's going to help support you, that's saying, whatever it is that you're after, I'm after with you because it helps build us together, right? So, but we see a lot of relationships that it's like and it's not necessarily saying the men to the women, it goes both ways. But when one is excelling in their dreams and what they're passionate about, you have the other one that is actually kind of, a hinder to that because
Yeah.
they're jealous of that success. They're intimidated by that success. And so that's why, he was asking, I think that question is,
Yeah.
do you see that maybe that because you are, you're so focused and you're thriving right now that it could be intimidating to men that you're that way. But I love that you answered honestly and said, hey, I guess, maybe they're hitting on me and I'm not even paying attention. But that just goes to show that it's because it's not that you're focused on your goals. You're not focused on who's, trying to hit on me, who's wanting to build that with me.
Right.
And I think that just goes to show a level of confidence that you carry within yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like maybe guys would be intimidated by that. Now that you've explained that, to me, I feel like probably so. You know what I mean? I think that's a huge possibility because, like, even with a lot of relationships you see out of, in the media, like some instances you will see that. I don't want to say names or anything, but I'm just saying you'll see that. And so I think that is a huge possibility. Like it could be like intimidating. Maybe that's why maybe a person I like, they won't approach. Like I don't know. To answer your question, yes, I can see why that would be intimidating in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And then a lot of people deal with a lot of insecurity too, especially guys. They got so many insecure issues about themselves. It ain't funny. It's crazy out in these streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about how it turns into like a jealousy thing. Like even though so say if you did have a partner, but you're being loyal and faithful to that person, but you're still chasing after your dream, you're still thriving, and then you're getting hit on by these other individuals, how your partner then might be like, oh, you're doing it for the attention, or you just like that attention, or they automatically assume that because you are getting that attention, that in return you're acting on it instead of just being like, that's my girl out there doing her stuff and I'm supporting her. And so we talk about how that's such a barrier on a good, healthy relationship.
But you know what, Desiree? They don't see it like that because they so full of jealousy. Okay, if a guy likes your picture, Kelly, or he say you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, then his response should be, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Because first of all, if a man tells you, if another guy like your picture, or whatever, and the guy that you with believe in himself, his response gonna be is thank you. Cause you know why? Because he has the real thing. That's just a picture. That's just social media. Not knowing at the end of the day, he's still with him. He has you in the flesh. He has you in person. His response should be thank you, not to get so mad or jealous or till you get rid of your your social media accounts because they tell him. Like, it's crazy out here, man. It's like these guys telling other guys if a girl in a relationship, she need to get rid of her social media accounts.
Oh
Pretty
no,
weird.
I would be like, no, sorry.
Yeah, this actually happened in real
Sorry.
life. That I don't tell nobody, but I actually seen this where on the show where they're saying that if a girl or woman is on social media and she's in a relationship, she cheating. But it's okay for the guy to have a social media account. For what he was saying, more women get hit on social media than guys do.
But what that guy's not realizing is it's dudes that are hitting on those chicks on social media. So how are we going to sit here and say that it's the girl's fault? We wouldn't be getting hit on if these dudes weren't hitting on us, right? I mean, can Ursula Kelly back me up here, okay? Like,
Right.
that's what drives me absolutely crazy is these guys that think, well, you don't need to be on social media. You just want to be on there for all the hearts, the likes. Okay, first of all, we are all human. We definitely love when we get praised. We love when we get, complimented. It's flattering, right? Yes. That does not mean that we are stepping out because of that positive feedback. And I'm sorry, but you know what? I mean, if that's an insecurity thing on your own, maybe you need to stop and say, am I giving her that type of compliments? Am I giving her the attention that she needs? Because you wouldn't be feeling insecure about another dude doing it if you were doing your job.
Right.
True.
Let me drop the mic. Okay.
I mean, that's basically what it is. Like that's I just want to ask that question because some guys, I don't say me and a man gonna support you anyway, and he gonna tell you keep moving forward. He gonna tell you not to stop and don't quit. But a male would tell you why you gotta do all that for, who you talking to, why you gotta do all that. Let me get your social media account and all this other stuff. I ain't got time for all that crazy stuff. You keep doing your thing.
And
It's
this
just
is
crazy.
exactly why Kelly says she's focused on her right now and not on a relationship. Go Kelly, okay? She deserves like a whole bouquet of roses right now.
And you know, I do. It makes me want to low key bring up this story. I'm not gonna like. I don't believe in saying names and stuff, but
No, you good. You good.
it was I had a remix of one of my songs that I had did, and he was on there. He was a rapper. He was on it, and on the original one. And well, both of them were remixes. I feel like they both were remixes because the first one had a rapper on it, and then the second one I just literally remixed it. But anyways, like his girlfriend's just like, no, like it sounded too real in the song, and like it was just like real crazy for me. Like I was like, okay, no, you know, I could just re-record this and there won't be any like drama or anything like that because I don't care about drama and stuff like that.
Right.
So kind of like, no, don't worry. I'm just going to re-record it. Everything's going to be okay. But thank you for taking the time out to be on the record. But like, no, your girl can't just be coming at me like that because you decided to, you know, I wanted him on the record too, but it's like you decided to do the record with me and like she feels some type of way. Like I don't want that energy around me. So
I don't blame you.
Right.
You did right. No negative energy. Cause you know why? Cause you going back to that self love. Everything going back to first, self love. So that your shit. You showed me you're not you that type of person that's zero tolerance when it comes to foolishness, and that's a good thing to have.
Libra. So yeah, we're the scales. It got to balance. Like if it doesn't balance,
Then it ain't working, right?
Yeah.
So, Kelly, would you say that you have any, like, do you ever face times where you have insecurities about things, whether it be things in life or your music or anything like that? Do you ever struggle with that?
I do struggle with that. Like for example, like I said, mentioned before, like I was bullied in middle school, elementary school. We was always moving, so I mean, the new girl all the time. So you know how kids can be with that. But they would, call me on my name too. A lot of it's just horrible. But anyways, I think back sometimes. At times, I'll see that same little girl, and sometimes that will make me insecure. Sometimes, but like I say, like with my emotions, like I allow myself to feel those and they come in spells and waves and all that good stuff. But I try to identify why I'm feeling that way and stopping myself to like go full in on like, oh man, I'm not going to go outside the house today because I just feel like, I feel like that 12-year-old girl again, whatever. Like I just try to catch myself in moments like that. But sometimes when I look in the mirror, I will see that, the 12-year-old girl. And I mean, she lives within me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
but yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about that, about how just having that self-awareness of those little triggers that can kind of get us, in a, I don't want to say a front, but that can kind of set us back just a little bit in that moment. But then also knowing that we got to find the positive in what has happened to us. I said, several times on the show that I try every day when I'm starting to have triggers of, childhood trauma, instead of letting it bring me down, I'm trying to always remind myself like of why things could have happened. How can I use that as positive in today's, society? And I feel like maybe that's also something that's helped you, like with your music, of being able to say, I am enough. You took it from not feeling like you were enough to knowing that, I'm going to let everybody else know that here's this song, that whatever you're going through, you are enough. You're worth it.
Yeah, and that was the goal. That was the goal. Like I was like, let me write it to my like childhood self, and whoever can relate, like that's the goal as well. Like people can identify and be like, this song, because when you're a kid, people do tell you like, don't waste your life. And I wanted to play off that a lot because I'm like, I'm pretty sure every person has heard that before from someone. Like, so I just wanted to play off of what I hear in different conversations with people when I'm out, or, something like that, make it even more relatable. So
Or
yeah.
people that are saying like, dream a little realistic. Like, when you say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they'll be like, I want to be this. And people are like, okay, let's tone it down a little bit and let's think of something more realistic. But the truth is, we need to be teaching our kids to dream big. I mean, we need to teach each other, even at this age that we are now. We're all at a different stage in our life that we're still young enough to still want to chase those dreams that we have. If you are wanting to do something, it does not matter what age you're at. Put
Yeah.
your heart
Right.
into it and go for it. Don't let other people's negative comments, stop you from being or doing anything that you're passionate about.
Yeah,
I
because at the end of the day, their life sucks. Yeah, 'cause at the end of the day, their life sucks. That's why they hate on somebody else. But you being productive and being proactive, you won't have to worry about nobody else doing.
It's true.
I
So
mean,
you
I
said,
already know that, go ahead, Furman.
no, I was just saying on that because you just they life just suck. That's all it is. But you said something, Desiree, that you're never too old. You're not, because age is nothing but a number. And I know, Kill, you're in your early 20s, correct?
Yes.
You know what? I applaud you for that, because a lot of 20-some-year-olds don't. They take
Watch what you're
life.
about to say, Furman. Like, I
Not
was a
that
mom in
some.
my 20s. Watch what you
No,
say.
but no. What I was saying is, but then between that at that time, Desiree, and the ones now, they're not purpose driven. They're more. I got my whole life ahead of me. I'm just gonna wild out. But her serious about her age and her career, her early age, that's very in this generation. I'm talking in this generation is very applaudable, because now it's just like some people just don't care. It don't matter how old you is. Just some people just don't care. It's like it is what it is. I'm just going, and you're not taking it for granted. That's what I want to say. You're not taking it for granted, and I applaud you for that.
Thank you. And I grew up, watching, like, the generation, like you guys were saying, you're in the 80s and 70s. I grew up watching that generation. So I knew they were huge on hard work and dedication, and it'll
Oh
get
yeah,
you. Yeah. Like, I mean, Beyonce, I love her because of her work ethic. That's something I admire the most about her. Same thing with Ashanti, amazing work ethic. Just a lot of people I saw growing up. Whitney Houston, work ethic. I don't want to get, but yeah, like,
right.
but you know what I mean. Like, I saw where it's like you have to work hard for this, and then you reap the benefits for that. So yeah,
That's it.
I've seen it.
I know you did something. You did last year you did Fashion Week, right, in New York City.
Yes, yes.
How was that experience was performing in New York City?
That was so fun. I love New York City. New York City is like a second home to me. A lot of great things have happened to me there. So I feel like Fashion Week, that was just so much fun. That was at Sony Hall. Getty Images was there. They captured some amazing shots. I just had a lot of fun. I mean, another exciting thing. So yeah.
So I was excited. So I know your team is helping you out. I know you got to have a great team around you,
Yes, of
um,
course.
keeping you rooted and grounded, of course.
Yes.
Them helping you out with everything, but just you building your brand. You know what I'm saying? We are a brand. You a brand. Um, Doing the amazing things. There's a lot of great stuff that you're doing. What's next for Kelly? What is next on the agenda for you that you want to accomplish? Because we know there's a whole world out there.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to accomplish in life? More you want to accomplish?
Um, I definitely want a Grammy. That's something that I would always talk to my grandmother about. I know it's, hey, Lenore. Definitely a Grammy. Also what's next is look for I Remember. That's debuting pretty soon. Like I said, had a lot of fun, produced by Seven Aurelius. Just yeah, look for I Remember, the EP, possibly acting. But definitely, and I want to perform at an arena. That's something that I've always wanted to do since I was little as well. So I feel like once I hit that arena or a stadium, I'll really feel like, oh my God, like this is, this was a part of what it was for. So yeah, just impacting people with the music, like expanding my reach. That's the main goal, to
Right.
expand my reach. So
Yeah. Man, that's what's up right there. So you
I
want to
love all the
perform like at the
support.
Super Bowl?
Go ahead. He
No, go
said
ahead,
you want to
Desiree.
perform at the. No, I was just gonna say I just love all the support that's popping up on the screen for you today. I think that is so amazing. I love it.
thank you.
So you said mission stadiums and stuff. So you want to have concerts in stadiums, perform at the Super Bowl,
Yay,
Grammy,
that too.
all that other good stuff. So let me ask you about your work ethic when it comes to the studio. Do you become like a whole different person in the studio? Because I know when they in that space, they're zoned out. It's like, hey, don't talk to me, don't touch me, because I'm in the zone right now. So when it comes to you, do you become a whole different Kelly, or because it's something about that beast mode that you don't, it just that out of body experience.
Yeah, I feel like both. Like it's like a combination of myself comes there. The reason why I'll say that is because I'm a perfectionist. Like I want everything perfect. I want to make sure
Respect
like
that.
C sharp is C sharp. Like I want to make sure all of that. Make sure so I feel like both. I feel like beast mode and a little bit of like perfectionist combined. And
Okay.
sometimes I have to, step away and be like, no, just feel the song. You know what I mean? Don't worry about, just feel. Sometimes you just got to think about the feeling because at the end of the day, that's what people are going to feel. You can hit the perfect note all day, but they're going to feel the feeling. And I think like like in moments like that, I have to reassure myself that like, hey, like just feel it out, and everything it'll glide way better anyway. To just feel it versus like, oh no, I didn't hit that note the particular way I wanted to hit it or whatever. So I feel like both, like beast mode and like perfectionist Kelly is like a mixture there. So sometimes I have to fight perfectionist Kelly, like girl, chill, like just sing the song. So both.
Well, I respect that. So let me ask you this: so you being a student of the game, do you like study different artists, how they perform, their craft, how to? 'Cause think about it, when you're doing concerts, you want to give everybody their money's worth. So,
Yes.
do you, as a student of the game, study other artists, how to do their stage performance and stuff like that?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Like I said, like Beyonce, I watch Beyonce. I watch Ashanti. I watch Whitney Houston. Those are my top three favorite singers ever. And I loved honorable mention is Selena Quintanilla. I liked how she was with her fans and how hardworking she was and how she didn't give up either. Because in the beginning they didn't really get Selena. If you saw the movie, they didn't really really. Cl- I don't know how to explain it. They didn't really like get Selena. I'll just say that.
Right.
But she kept performing and she performed her way all the way to breaking barriers. Like I think she was the first Tejano singer to be able to go to the Grammy, something like something along those lines with Tejano music. She was breaking a lot of barriers there. But yeah, Beyonce, of course, like I'll look at her and be like, am I working hard enough? She makes me feel like I'm not doing anything. So definitely Beyonce. Ashanti, especially with the writing, like she's oh gosh, she's such a talented writer and singer. So yeah, I've learned from all three of those ladies. I watched them, when I was growing up. So it's kind of like I looked at them as mentors. From watching, on the other side, I'm not,
Right.
but yeah. So
I mean, yeah, because you always like you said, you want to be. I mean, it's all about being great, right? So you
yeah,
all about being great, and like you said, you're a professional, so that plays a role with it. In order to be great, you're gonna study those that's already paid away for you to not be them. But what you're doing is you're taking some of their style, putting it, getting with your blacksmith mentally to custom made it so you can fit inside your arsenal. And that's what I want to say on that one.
yeah, for
So
sure, for sure.
yeah. So let me ask you. I know you did a music video, and I know it's coming soon.
Yes.
How long did it take? How many days or how hours did it take to make the video?
Oh, it's like one day.
Oh, one day. Okay.
Yeah.
And what time y'all started doing the video? 'Cause I know you had to get up there early in the morning. Did you have to early
Yeah,
in the
we
morning?
did have to get out early because of the makeup and stuff. We had to make sure everyone was there. The location guy was there, etc. So yeah, about like I got up at like 6 a.m. So like 6 a.m. All the way to like what was it, 6 to 10 a.m., 6 to 10 a.m. So yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this one too. I know when you working, I know you're gonna be doing a lot of touring and stuff. Is you gonna invest in having your own personal shelf too?
You said chef, personal
Yeah,
chef.
yeah. Because think about it. You on stage, you performing. You know your nutrition plays a role. So I
Oh
know you're gonna
yes.
have your personal shelf, nutrition, no, all the other good stuff. You gotta have that team. So hey,
Yeah. Oh
nothing
yeah,
wrong with it.
to answer your question, yes, because some days I don't want to cook. Like I'm like, no, like Uber Eats, whatever, like like no, I'm not cooking today. So yeah, definitely.
So Kelly, then what is your guilty pleasure? What is your comfort food that is not in that healthy plan? Because the Ursula done revealed hers, and I shared my drink over here. So you've got to have one, right?
Yes, fried seafood, pasta. Like my personal trainer at the gym, he's like, "No, why do you eat so much pasta? That's hurting your progress." I'm like, "I can't give it up. You gotta tell me something else. I can't do
That's
it."
my
Like,
guilty pleasure. Oh my gosh.
really?
I was
Pasta is
just
everything, right?
I was just telling someone yesterday because I was like, I haven't eaten anything sweet. They were like, but pasta turns into sugar, Ursula.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
like, just throw it all out the window because I've literally had pasta these last 3 days.
Me
Mm.
too.
And see, I think for me, I love rice, anything with
I
rice,
love those too.
okay? And I love rice so much, and I'll be like, I'm gonna do so good. I'm gonna be on this you know, like health kick of, watching and then it's like I see rice and I'm like, okay, I gotta eat some rice. And people are like, you cannot eat that. And I'm like, I am half Filipino. Like, we don't live without rice, right? Like, I want rice with everything. And so rice and pasta, man, I can't do it.
I
Yeah.
know.
I mean, hey, I got a question too. A question came to my text for you, Kelly.
Yeah.
Big shout out to my big sister Kiki Watch. Big shout out to her. And she texted me this. She said, "Does she feel like she has to dress a certain way to get more sales and attention?" That's the first question. And the second question is, what are your thoughts on her wardrobe? On your wardrobe? So basically, she was asking, do you feel you have to dress a certain way for sales and attention? Because we know a lot, especially when women especially when y'all into the music as a woman, they want you to dress so sexy. Not want to say provocative, show your cleavage, show your butt, all the other stuff. So, but looking at your stuff, you're very classy. You're not showing a lot of skin. Like, look at me, look at me. So, how do you go about your wardrobe?
I think I'll wear whatever feels good at the time. Sometimes they will suggest like, hey, maybe wear something a little out your comfort zone, but I make sure it's still comfortable for me in a sense, if that makes sense. Like
Right.
I'll go a little bit out my comfort zone, but not to the point where it's like I feel so uncomfortable that I'm thinking about that the whole time versus thinking about the singing, the music. So I try to I middle ground there. So I'm like, okay, I'll like for example, for Apollo, they wanted me to wear this like really short, like lollipop dress, and I was just like, I'm not doing it. I'm so sorry. And she looked at me crazy because she's like, but she's kind of new, like I don't really know who it is, and she's like talking about like this cute. She's not gonna wear this, but I was just like, well, I'll wear the pink jacket because she suggested the pink jacket. So I middle ground with her. I said, well, I'll wear that pink jacket. And you could see that in the original clip, the pink overall like jacket there. But I wore the shorts and the gray shirt, and I was just like, okay, cool. And it's so crazy because before I went on stage, they were debating with that. They were like, we don't know if we want to send her out like that, or wow, what are we gonna do? That I couldn't even get interviewed by Adrienne Bailon at the time, because they were like trying to decide like, do we want her to go out like that, or no, yes. But I felt comfortable in that moment, and I think like it's okay to compromise, you know what I mean? Because I am still fairly new, so I don't mind compromising, but I found a middle ground in between the two.
And I
Yeah.
think sticking with what your morals are as
Yeah,
well. Like you're
Mhm.
not wanting to sell your body for
Yeah.
for those fans. You're wanting to sell your music. That's where your passion is at. Is what's in the music, not for the assets that you can reveal. And I think we have a lot of people that have a hard time to decipher, what is the message? What is your purpose behind what you're doing, right? And
Yes.
I find it so commendable of you to say, like, I'll compromise, but I'm still not going to sell myself short of what my purpose here is.
and you
Yes.
know what, Desiree? I wouldn't even say compromise because you mentioned, standing your rules and your laws. I wouldn't even say that because think about how many people had on the show when they told them no about a certain thing, they still stuck to their mission. They still stuck to their purpose, and no more doors open up for them. So I apply y'all both for that because it showed me that you don't have to compromise. Because we seen, and Desiree had people on the show who was told no about their stories or whatever, but that no turned into another yes. They didn't change at all.
Oh,
So yeah, I applaud kudos to that because I know in the industry, females get it harder than guys because they want y'all to dress a certain way. You gotta be certain positions and for you to get noticed, but it's like they're not focused on your gift. They're more focused on your body. And I know
And
you
that
don't
is
want
so
to
true.
yeah.
yeah.
That I was just gonna say that is so true. And you could have the best message song delivered. You could have performed absolutely amazing. I mean, look at how many people and this is probably the worst, example I can actually put out here, but like on Super Bowl, right? Songs that people absolutely love, songs that we are listening to nonstop on the radio, but whatever that individual wears or how they behave during the Super Bowl when they're performing, that is all you see people talking about on the newsfeed, right? Is, oh my gosh, did you see she had a nipple showing? Did you see they did this? And really, that's what they're now focused on. Even when it's some of the greatest artists that are out there performing, we're not seeing or hearing the songs anymore. We're now focused on everything else. And I think that even you saying, like, when you go out there, you want to still feel comfortable so that you're not thinking about what you're wearing. And I think that that's like where it should be at. You should be able to say, like, I'm not here to make sure that, my assets are what's drawing your attention. Like, and I don't want to feel uncomfortable about, being in front of the camera because all that does is it gives you more insecurities, right? And it opens up that door for people to obviously judge you as well. So I think it's great that you are standing your ground on it. That's like a kudos in my book all the way.
Yeah, most definitely. That's respect right there. Because, like I said, you didn't sell your soul. In order to gain fame, you have to sell your soul, and I applaud you for that. Because, like I said, looking at your social media platforms, you're very classy for your age. You're
Thank
not
you.
showing a lot of skin, and I love women that lead stuff to the imagination. I respect your intelligence. That's what I want to say.
Thank you.
And, and I'm saying that I'm giving you facts on that. So you're very welcome. So what else? I'm gonna you know, I know Vince, you want to do some tours after a while, right? So a lot
Yeah.
of touring. I'm gonna ask you this too. I know you're in Atlanta, right? In
Yeah.
ATL. All right,
And
so in those like you be going between Atlanta and New York, right? So you go back and forth to New York to Atlanta. I know you mentioned like you like New York and stuff like that. So eventually you're gonna have a house in New York because you like New York or something like that, or have a condo or just back and forth. Like, hey, this is my second home. Because I said one day, whenever I become rich, one day
yeah.
I want to have me a summer home
Oh,
somewhere.
nice.
I mean, because I was visioning that stuff growing up as a child. Because I said, whoever I end up marrying one day, I want to have a very successful marriage, successful family. We doing it big, we living good. But I always wanted that, and that's why I always wanted that kind of stuff. Have a
Mm.
summer home for family and friends to come to, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Dream
No,
like
it's
that.
not. Yeah, it's not. And you have to see the vision first. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's
without a vision.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause without a vision, the people perish. You gotta have a vision. We talk
Yeah.
about this
It's
too.
true.
Without right, let's go to the. I'm going biblical for a moment. In the Bible said in the Habakkuk it says, "Write the vision, make it plain. Whoso read it will run with it." So when you writing a vision and you making it plain, it didn't say you run with it. Somebody else gonna run with it
Yeah.
because you're writing it out, but somebody's gonna run with it. and that's what it's all about. Let me ask you this one too, Kelly.
Yeah.
Is you gonna be doing any rapping? Because some singers like to rap, or you just gonna stick to singing, or you gonna try to do a little bit of rapping? Have you ever tried rapping before?
Um, you ever heard of the style like sing rapping, like where it sounds like someone singing?
Yeah,
You kind of have that rap kind of melodic flow to it.
yeah. R. Kelly did it before.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe something in that particular lane. I can't rap. Like they would be like, this girl can't rap. Like
but have you ever been somebody ever have anybody asked you about that? Or had anybody
well,
approached you about trying to rap?
my cousin asked me about it because he was like, that's what everybody's doing right now. Like they're rapping, like it's not really singing anymore. But I'm like, well, we can try to infuse the two, like with the rap melodic flow of singing. Like I'm fine with doing that. But I've never been one to like go with what everyone else is doing anyway. So I'm just kind of like, that's probably the closest that you would probably hear me do to rapping is the melodic, like singing rap style.
Okay.
Well, and
So
if I was going to say, if she's ever planning on coming to the DFW area, you can always holler at Furman and I. We'll be sure to schedule us in with your manager. Have your manager schedule us in to come see us while you're in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Yeah, for sure.
Or if you go to Louisiana, I know Ursula will be like, let's go eat, let's go get stuff. Let's get that good, Cajun food in us together.
I was
So
say my diet's gonna be gone if I go.
You come to Louisiana, just no diet. Don't come down here talking about a
don't
diet.
bring the diet. Yeah, look,
No,
don't bring the diet with you. You can come, but not the diet.
Girl. We're going to get beignets. We're getting gumbo. We're getting everything.
well, Kelly, but make sure you bring your personal chef with you. But make sure you bring your personal trainer with you. Because they're gonna say you can't have that, you can't have this. and
He'll
stuff
get on
like that.
Ursula too. He'll be like, Ursula, are you trying to get her diet?
Texas.
Yes, on the Texas. Come to Texas. Andrew Harris's Texas. Yes, we would love for you to come to the Dallas, Fort Worth area.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Make some.
Oh, let me tell you guys something. I used to actually live in Houston too. I used to live in Houston like 2 years ago. So that's when I was just like doing like going to vocal lessons every day kind of thing. Learning this classical style, but which is like bel canto and boring and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, I was out in Houston living out there for like 2 years, and I actually love Texas. I go to Texas very often. So yeah.
Okay, because like I said, I've been living here. Originally, I'm from Mobile, Alabama. Ursula's from Mobile as well. I just been living in DFW, going on 3 years now. I love it here, and okay, and big shout out to Andrew Harris. We had to get him on the show too.
Yeah.
He's here in Texas as well. We got to get him. Andrew Harris, we'd love to get you on the podcast, sir, and we'd love to hear what you got going on. So hey, let's make it happen. So
yeah, he's amazing too. Very talented
okay,
producer out there. Yeah, he's amazing.
we'd love to get him on here.
Kelly, do you see that you'll stay in Atlanta then, or do you hope that maybe you're going to call another place home eventually?
I'm from Atlanta. I just don't get the hype. I'm just being honest.
You
finish
that.
Another place home. Yeah.
You know what? You said it's on. It's like, and then the Bible says this too, that a prophet is not welcome in his own home, and that makes sense because when it's like you don't get a lot of love back at home, but it's like when you go to different cities and different places, you get a lot of love. And I'm not saying what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. Yeah. It's like since I moved here, I've been featured in 2 magazines so far. Nice. Doing a lot of interviews on other people's platforms here in DFW. That's how I met Desiree. I met Desiree because she's part of a 100 Man Enterprise, and that's how I met her. She do work with them. We connected on the back end, and that's how she became a part of the show. Ursula, she's in Mobile. Well, she was in Mobile. She was in Louisiana, but we knew each other for quite some time. But going back, that's when I started flourishing. And now, finna do another interview on another podcast this coming week. So I understand what you're saying. It's like, appreciate it, because it's like you get more love out of town.
I just feel like for me, I have a gypsy soul to me. I don't know if I can actually say, like, originally born in California. I've lived a lot,
nice.
Here in All right, thank you, Andrew. I lived a lot here in Texas. I spent, a few years back, I was in Montana for 2 years. So Kelly, about me, I have a master's in social work, and I right now work with Veteran Services. So I was part of you know, a program there in Montana. So I lived there for 2 years. And but since my grandbaby was being born, I came back to Texas. And anyway, so for me though, if I could, I would just honestly, I'd pack it all up, just get me one of those RVs, and I would just
Those were
travel.
with me.
Yeah, listen, I can. Okay, I'll just broadcast and be like, green juice girl over here, making me feel bad now. But I mean, honestly, I do. For me, I guess life to me is not is about, especially now that my kids are grown. I want to travel. I want to see. I want to learn the different cultures. I was blessed enough that I had owned a travel agency at one time, so I was able to go out of the country to some amazing, beautiful places. And but to me, I feel like it also helps to just teach you so much about a world that you don't see when you're just stuck in that comfort zone, right? So, I mean, if I could be in an RV and just drive around, if I could be a traveling social worker, like,
Oh, nice.
okay, I would
That
do
would be your
that.
dream job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I would love just to go around and help wherever God thinks that I am, needed at that time. And but for me, it's all about like the education on things. Like I really want to learn and explore and see, and I feel like I can't do that when I'm just stuck. But I mean, I love my job. Don't If anybody from the city of Dallas watches this or you're watching now, I love my job at City Hall. Don't anybody think that I'm quitting anytime soon. But for me, it's all about growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely got to grow. And I know, I want to ask this one too. I'm going to ask you something. I know, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to come off and ask you something. Because a lot of great stuff been going on for real. A lot of stuff been dropping, of course. That's why I want to ask you about, okay, your RC music wise, are you working on the album right? You are working on the album right now. Are you right now working on the album? Of course, it's one in
Yes.
the works.
Well, right now an EP, so people can kind of get an understanding of what kind of artist I'm gonna be. So yes, like a mini album, yes, the EP. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's gonna show like different sides of me, which I'm really excited about. Of course, I'm still gonna have that empowerment element there, just because that is true to who I am. It's just easy for me to do that, but I think it's good to challenge myself as well. Like Desiree mentioned, like just growth, and it's about growing. So of course I want to like step outside the box a little bit, and I think people will really like it. Yeah.
Don't say, you know what, Kelly, don't say, I think people will like it. Just
People are
say,
gonna
I
love it,
know they
girl.
going to like it. Yes, that.
Yes, put it
That's
out there.
sad.
They're gonna love
Yes,
it.
that. Put it out there. Don't say, I don't think. They
I
say,
know
I know
sometimes
they going to
I
like
feel
it.
for my own good. I'm just like, oh,
I say that all the time because I hear people, and I used to be like that too, until
yeah.
you got that confidence kick in.
Yeah.
It's like, don't think it, just do it. Or don't say, I
Yeah.
tried. Don't say, I tried. You're doing it. You're
Yeah.
doing it right now. So we know it's going to be great because we hear it in your voice. And like you said, you're a professional. So I know you're going to make sure it's going to be 1,000% good. Because that's what I love about Dr. Dre. I was listening to an interview Dr. Dre did some years ago.
Yeah.
And Dr. Dre was talking about the Detox album. At the time, they were talking about the Detox album. What he did was he criticized his own work. He said that this was off. The artist didn't do this right. He was at an award show, and he said, after I leave this award show, I got to go right back into the studio because this one right, that one right, this one right, because he's a perfectionist like yourself.
Yeah.
So you gotta be hard on yourself because you can think about it. I don't want to let myself down.
Yeah.
So do
Yeah.
you have that mind? So do you get like that at times? Like I could have did this better. I got to go there. No, I don't like that. Let's take that back to the top. So do you have that mentality? Like I bet they be saying, "Girl, stop! Come on, we gotta be here all night." But you're a professional, so I know you do not play no game. It look like you don't. It look like you can throw hands too.
Yeah.
I really don't think she looks like she throws hands. I think she
I
looks
don't
very.
know.
I think
Because
she
she's a
looks
small
sweet.
individual. No, she's a small individual. With a small individual, you got to have an army for them.
What? Well, listen, I am a perfectionist. Like, it's crazy because I'm the same way. Like, I'm just kind of like, and it's crazy because sometimes some producers will like, they'll feel that too, where it's like I'll be like, man, I felt like I could did a little better here, and they'll agree with me, and that's good because I do need people around me who's going to tell me like, hey, like maybe right here, like you could have like felt this a little more, or you know, something like that, and we'll kind of be on the same wavelength there, so that's good. And then sometimes like it'll be, you know, it'll be fine, and it's just like me overthinking like, wait a minute, what if I just like put a run here, or what if I just like, I don't know, like randomly say rump up I don't know, like do something
Wow.
do something different to it, you know. But yeah, I'm definitely a perfectionist, and sometimes I have to like, you know, lower that voice to be like, no, just have fun, like just, it's not about being perfect all the time.
So Kelly, with you know,
Don't say that. You are. Don't say it's not about being perfect all the time.
Yeah.
It's your product. That's your baby. You gonna take care of that baby, right? So you take care of
Yeah.
that baby, and you know you had that mind. Say, you know what? It will be perfect. It's always gonna be perfect, and I don't give a damn what nobody say because I know what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's that comfort. They may say you must sound like you're an asshole, but no, but that's a good thing because you are being you. Be selfish. That's what I want to say. Be selfish. There's nothing wrong with being selfish. I'm learning to be selfish, but in a good way. Be selfish in a good way.
Kelly. Oh, I was going to ask Kelly something. Sorry, I thought you were done for a minute. I was just going to ask her if, you know, Ursula and I are both moms. She was saying she had just, you know, celebrated her twins' 20th birthday. Was that right,
Happy
Ursula?
birthday to them as well. Also, happy birthday
And
to them.
so, yeah, and mine, you know, my youngest turned 21 in March, at the end of March. So, do you see, like, is that something you know, I know right now that's not what you're focused on, but do you see yourself wanting to be a mom in the future?
I think so. Later in the future, I think would be really good. Not right now. Who you just heard, it was my niece. So she's gonna prolong that for me for a minute. But I do feel like later on in life, I think that would be something I'm interested in. Yeah.
Know what? And then yeah, you want to focus on your career right now. So yeah, I'll say
I'm
on
not
that.
saying
And
that.
I'll
I
say
did not say right now. I just
no.
wanted to know. Some
No.
people are like, no, I don't want kids. Like, that's not what I, you know, have in mind. And that's perfectly fine. You know, not everybody wants to be a mom. You know, I'd rather you admit that you don't want to be a mom than to think that you have to have kids just because that's what the world sees us to be as, you know, mothers. So I was just curious if you had ever, you know, if that's something in your future.
I know she'll probably make a great mother, but I'm gonna tell you one thing: watch out for them jokers out there, cause you got some jokers out there, Killer, who will try to will try to get you pregnant on purpose because they jealous of you. And I say that because they don't want you to succeed, so they will get you pregnant on purpose.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Probably later on. Like I do know soon, not too soon though. Like maybe like in my 40s. 40s.
And I'm wrong. Hey, look, hey, I don't have any kids. I'm 40. I don't have any children myself, but one day, eventually, I had that one day. But
I know
like I
you're waiting
said,
on Ashanti. Yeah, I get it.
but you know what? No, yeah, sure will. But anyway, that's another broadcast. But like I said, somebody sitting there laughing. They sitting there laughing.
We're look at somebody else's laughing because he really does. You know, Shanti. And listen, we're not going to hate on that dream. If you think that one day that's for you, we're going to support you. You go for that with Ashanti, okay?
Well, yeah, you know what? Exactly. But you know what? Anyway,
Look at he's like haters.
anyway, but keep doing you. But I will have fun, of course. And then we're gonna get some. Then Desiree will get you on that green juice too. So you need to start drinking some green juice.
Listen,
I gotta give you some.
you know what? I don't doubt that it's probably really good because I hear everybody say you can't taste like the celery, you can't taste that stuff in it. So I don't know, y'all. I mean, one day y'all are gonna come on here and you're gonna be like, look at her drinking that green juice on the air, and Ursula's like, not me. Ursula's like, you're still see me. she's keeping it in that background. Okay, she's like seriously like, not me.
But it's gonna be. It's good.
I'm not. Listen. Look, I'm all about the big guy upstairs. When he's ready for you, he gonna take you. It don't matter what I eat. It don't matter how healthy I am. Look at Jamie Foxx. So I mean, if we're being real here, look, I'm not changing my diet. I'm gonna die happy. I'm not gonna die hungry.
Look, I say all the time, you know why? You know why those little skinny girls are so mad all the time is because they're hungry.
Because
okay?
they're hungry, right? Okay, and guess what? I'm gonna whip out a Snicker and eat it in front of them. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be cute with it.
You notice that's why they call food comfort food, okay? Because like it's comforting. You angry when you hungry.
Well, there's some people eat out of boredom too. Know that, right? Some people eat out of because they be bored.
Well, see, that's different. Now, see, everybody has their vice. So, of course, yeah, they do eat out of boredom or if they're sad or something like that. Now, see, that's a whole different podcast. But I'm talking about just I enjoy food. I don't abuse it. But when I want something good to eat, I'm going to eat something good. I'm not going to count the calories. I'm not going to look at the ingredients. I'm going to eat it.
Well, enjoy your good food. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Enjoy your good food.
Listen, I'm going to tell you how bad it is. Like I love the Fiesta Lime Chicken from Applebee's. Okay, don't ask me.
Amazing, yeah.
Okay, I love it, and every time I go, I'm always like, give me that extra Mexi Ranch because like I want to eat that Mexi Ranch. I dip my chips in that Mexi Ranch, and I will eat it like all on my rice and stuff, right? And I know that like they'll bring you out like that little tiny cup of that Mexi, and I'm like. Now I said, bring me out some extra Mexi Ranch. I just have to let y'all know I am so bad. Comfort food. So my son and his girlfriend, got me this big bag, bought it from Applebee's, and it's like this huge bag of Mexi Ranch only.
No, Desiree. Listen, Desiree, when you do your green juice, just put a whole bunch of pineapples in it. You won't even like taste. I promise you won't even.
I could probably do that. I love pineapple. Like I love pineapple, watermelon. I love all that.
Oh, I love watermelon. Now you talking something now. I can eat watermelon all day long. That watermelon juice they be selling at Whole Foods, that juice so good. I drink that all day too.
This Monster energy drink is watermelon flavor. Okay, like I love watermelon.
I love watermelon.
I do. It's not that I don't eat.
Talk about watermelon.
It's not that I don't eat healthy. It's just that, like, I'm not going to starve myself, right? And,
we don't.
And I know that there's a difference between, eating, like, overeating.
Yeah.
But there's also, you know what? Starving yourself is just as unhealthy. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay.
You know what? It's not really starving yourself. It's really not starving yourself. It's really not.
You can add the green juice to a meal. How about that?
Okay, listen. If I can eat my Fiesta Lime Chicken and drink my green juice.
You're right. It's a start, Desiree. It's a start.
Baby steps.
But you know what?
Baby steps.
But you know what? Next month we're gonna have a very adult type conversation on here next month. With Twilight. Big shout out to Twilight when it comes to intimacy. She talks about the health and eating the right foods and all that. But that's for next month. That's for the mature audience when we do the show. But it's good to have conversations like this, laughing and talking, and just really talk about this stuff. So it's good. Let me ask you this, Kelly. Go ahead, Desiree. Let me ask Kelly.
No, I was just gonna say, like, and I love it too, because I love, Kelly, that you can come on here and you're being open and raw with us, letting people know like what happened in your past that has inspired you, letting people know that you do have insecurities, and even like letting that message get out that, that it's okay to focus on yourself instead of what the society thinks that you should be. Like at your age, should you be in a relationship? Because that's what we were talking about, is how people get married for the wrong reasons. You get married because people are like, you're now in that age, you better find that husband now. You don't know when. And so I think it's so good. And even us just sitting here laughing and talking about, little things like, unhealthy foods that we have as our morning fix, like to us, like that's what I think makes it so special to have you on, is that you can show that vulnerable side of you. You can show that raw side that says, this is me. And we're all big about on this show we're always talking about, like, I am Desiree Bailey. This is who you get. And so I think you coming on here and saying, I am Kelly Morgan, this is what you see, is what you get. I love that. What was your
Yeah.
question, Furman? I'm scared. What's your
No,
question for
the
her?
question I would ask her besides music, what do you like to do in your leisure time? Do you like going to movies, read books? Do you watch television? What do what do Kelly do outside the music world?
For sure, I like movies. I like the Cheesecake Factory. That's a
I went
guilty
there
pleasure.
last night.
Look at her. I see. We're getting the raw Kelly right here. Spill it to us, girl.
But I do. I mean, I am a foodie. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, definitely like movies. Yeah, going out to eat. But I think that's about it. And traveling. I love to travel. You know, I love to New York. I love traveling there. I love just traveling, moving around. But I think that's about it because everything else is just music for me. Like I find that's fulfilling enough for me. Like that's you know, that's yeah.
All right, so really, you're probably gonna be after we do this interview. You probably finna record some more music today, or you just
Well,
it's
that's
just
funny. I
like,
have to do it. Well, I have to do a video for like this brand. Ironically, it's about like health stuff.
oh wow.
Wait,
So
let me give them a little promo now, just in case I get too tired to do the video. Wait, can you guys?
I see. It. Okay.
Love it.
Hey, so you do it. So you an brand ambassador. You're gonna be doing a lot of that branding and being an
Yeah,
ambassador and stuff like that.
yeah, for sure. Because like, and I only take on like brands that I know that work or are good. You know, good for people. I'm not gonna just like put it because they're trying to pay me to do it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Let me ask you this. I know you have to say no to a lot of things, and I know some no's people don't agree with. I know I had to turn some stuff down that I don't agree with. So how do you have if it's something like do you ask if it sound good, if it's not good, you just let them know straight up front no, or how do they go about it? Because sometimes you do have to say no to a lot of things because you can't say yes to everything.
That's true. Okay, like for example, some people will reach out for features, and if their music is completely like degrading women or something I just don't, I'm not going for, I'll turn that down like real
Was
quick.
it a was it a guy that was it a male that did that?
Yeah.
Listen up, fellas. Listen up, fellas. Listen up. When you're trying to do something with a woman, she's gonna check everything. If you're trying to talk to her, she's gonna check your social media account. She's gonna see are you degrading women, are you bashing women? She's gonna make sure what type of image you have up. So realize, fellas, if you're approaching a woman by anything, she's gonna check your social media account. I'm just letting you know that.
We're gonna look
Be
at your
careful.
friend pages. We're gonna look at your family pages. We're gonna read the comments.
And then
Listen,
they gonna
being
then
a
if you
private investigator is not something a woman needs a degree in. We come certified, okay?
Okay,
Let
we're born with it.
yeah, I'm telling you, fellas. See, I knew what you said with the grading women. I knew it had to do something with the guy. If you're trying to, I'm letting you know, fellas, trust me, they're gonna look at your social media account. If you come off thinking you're single, they're gonna make sure you single. They're gonna check every woman you hug. If you hug with any type of woman, they're gonna point it out to you, they're gonna screenshot it to you. Be careful out here. I'm just letting you know.
listen, we keep receipts, we keep file cabinets. I have said this before. I will be able to tell you without even being with you. I can tell you what restaurant you had ate at, what time, what was on that receipt. Honey, okay, I'm telling you, we know it. And so thank you so much for that. They said wonderful podcast, you all. I'll tune in next time as well. But I mean, we do. Women know. I promise you. I've already had a conversation with your ex girlfriend because I wanted to know why it didn't work with her before I know what the hell I'm getting myself into. Okay, I
Yeah.
want to know. Does she like you? Did she just say I wasn't ready, or did she say it was you? Okay, facts. All right.
That's it. So as that, so fellas, I'm telling you now, they gonna check your social media account. They want to see who you really are. Is you bashing women or you degrading women? They gonna look at all that stuff. So be careful. You know what, Kelly? Also, we know we had. You know what? Big shout out to Anthony. he went to a similar situation, not with the music, but a guy wanted him to do some work, but the work was negative. Remember that, Desiree? It was very
Yes,
negative,
yeah.
and he turned the guy down. He told the guy no, and the guy was harassing him because he didn't want to do the work. Yeah, because it's integrity. When you're doing business, you have to have integrity.
Oh,
So
So yeah, Anthony Amos is out of Chicago. Amazing sneakers like designer. He customizes your sneakers. Yes, he is phenomenal. I definitely recommend following him. He also is trying to do a lot with the youth, the underprivileged youth there that in the Chicago area. And so doing like a mentorship program and stuff. But this customer wanted him to design these shoes and it had stuff on there that Anthony was already not okay with, but then said, I'm gonna, what did he say? He was gonna shoot him up or he was gonna burn him or something. And Anthony was
yeah,
like,
he
okay, first of all, I'm not gonna have you destroy the work that I just did because that's kind of offensive, right? But then also he didn't want to have that level of, he didn't want people to think that he was also encouraging that violence, right?
right.
And so he was like, I will turn down the business before I will sit there and settle for it just because I feel like I need it. Like I'm going to turn that down because something greater is going to come along. And
Hmm.
so, and I respected him so much for that.
yeah. Yeah. Major kudo points for that, for sure. Because he didn't compromise his morals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you never want to do that. And because once you do that, they got you. And you
Yeah.
And it
don't want
makes
to
me
do that
think, it
at
makes me
all.
think of this post that I made earlier today. And it said that, that sometimes doing the hard thing is actually the right thing.
Yeah.
And I really, I was rereading that this morning and I was like, you know what, like that hit me today because I struggle sometimes of not wanting to do the hard thing even though I know it's the right thing. And I mean that, like, we've talked about this, like in just relationships, not even like, partner relationships, but like friendship relationships and stuff, sometimes it's hard to say, I don't need this in my life. I'm going to cut this out. But at the same time, maybe that hard thing is the right thing. And so for him
Hmm.
doing that hard thing, and I know that you'll face that, you've probably faced that a lot, sometimes having to make that hard decision to say no, but it's actually the right thing.
Oh
I
yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I know we had a great conversation. We did reach our 2 hour mark. Kudos. We did 2 hours on here on the podcast. And
Always,
I know
I didn't even.
always, always. Like this is like one of our things. Like we were laughing because he was saying, originally it was like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And then, he even when he booked me my very first show, he was like, just, we're booking this hour. And I was like, okay, like I got an hour out of my Saturday. Let's go. 2 hours later, we're like, okay, cut it off. We're like, and then it's been like that every show since. And I was like, I think one of them we were like after that 2 hour mark, and he was like, we're about to roll up into the 3 hour mark if we keep going. But that's when it's good information that's coming on here, and I love it. We appreciate you, coming on, and definitely please let everybody else know how can they follow Kelly Morgan. How can they go on and see what you're coming out with, support you in any way? So definitely give us that information so that everybody watching and listening in can also get that.
Yeah, for sure. So Instagram, Kelly Morgan, YouTube, Kelly Morgan 1. But I think it's going to be easier if you guys just put in Google there. You just put in Kelly Morgan. All my socials will come up, linked to it. So you guys can just check me out there. I would really appreciate the support. I call it Kelly's Tribe for right now. It might change. I call it that because people get me, the people in my tribe get me, they support my music. And so if you understand my music and support my music, you get me as a person. Because like this background back here, it says music is not what I do, it's who I am. So that's who I am. So if you get the music, you get who I am essentially. But yeah, definitely just put in Google Kelly Morgan, everything will come up.
and that's what's up. And also, those that's listening to us, hey, look us up. We all over the place as well. We are just type in Walking This Way's Impact Voice Podcast and we'll pop up on Google. You can find us on all social media websites. You can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeart, and Apple. So this episode will be on there. So hey, subscribe to our social media platform. Subscribe to our YouTube channel also. Our goal is to get 100 100K subscribers, and not just stop at 100K, but million subscribers. So hey, pass the word around. Get us, we getting out there. We had a lot of great. This has been a great show so far. It's always been a great show. Kelly, keep doing what you're doing. We'll most definitely will stay in contact with you as well. Keep us updated on what's
Yeah.
going on, and also never be a stranger, Kelly. Never be a stranger
Oh,
to
for sure.
Yeah, please don't. I hope that we can have you back on later. We want to see how this EP turns out for you.
Thank you.
And just see where
Right, most
Kelly
definitely.
goes. And when you get that vacation home in New York, and Ursula and I decide we want to come do some shopping during the holidays, like we know where we're going to stay too. Okay, like that's how this is going to work out for us. And
That's
so,
it.
yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for just honestly taking the time and just coming on here and, sharing your story with us, inspiring those that are listening. And, I think to us, that's what we love. We loved that to know that, even when life is busy, we still take time to help encourage others, to empower others to do and chase their dreams. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
For
Yes,
sure.
thank you.
Thank you for
definitely.
having me.
Yes, we
Thank you.
enjoyed you. You're such a beautiful spirit.
Yes, I'm like feeling her. I'm like, it's like having like a little baby sister over here. Okay, I feel like I'm
Right?
like, I need this in my life.
Thank you.
And also, let me ask you this, Kelly. Do you like pets, Kelly? Are you a pet lover? You like cats, dogs, or what? Do you like?
I actually have if
She's looking around.
yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, let me she's asleep. I have a pet turtle. I actually won at a fair, and
Did she just say her pet turtle was asleep?
No, she said.
she's asleep.
Kelly, I cannot with you right now. Okay, she was really looking around. I thought she was looking like if she was trying, and she done said a turtle. A turtle.
That's my baby turtle. I won her at a fair.
I can't.
She doesn't want to come out. Yeah, she sleeps. She's gonna be mad at me if I wake her up. But I'll show you guys her later in life when she's big and
That is
Oh.
hilarious. Yes, look at somebody else's. Come on, Kelly. So, and I'm sure he also it says this. So my dog, which is a pit bull, Carmelita, come here, Karma, come here. She's like mad at me because I had to talk with her before the. Come on, come say hi. She's usually on the show. Every show, she thinks she has to come on, Mama. But today I had to talk with her before the show started, and I told her, listen, you're gonna act right today. Come on. I said, you come over here, Lita, come here. She's like trying to get around it. Up here, come on, come on. She's trying to get around, and I told her, like, I blocked her, barricaded her with pillows. Come say hi to Kelly. Oh yeah, but she is literally on every single show, being so disruptive, and so she thinks she is part of this.
yeah, I was about to say she wants her time too.
Yes, but she is. So she is my rescue. I actually rescued her at the end of August on Animal Day, actually on Doggy Day from the Dallas Animal Shelter. Guys, if you are in the Dallas area and you were thinking about getting a pet, please go to the City of Dallas Animal Shelter. Dogs are all spayed, neutered, come with all of their shots. They are microchipped, and right now there is no fee. So listen, if you're thinking of adding a fur baby to your home, please consider adopting, because there are so many that are being euthanized every day. And I could not imagine right now, had Karma been one of those ones that was euthanized, it would just break my heart. She has been a blessing, and she's potty trained. Like, if you can get your dog and it's already potty trained, that's another kudos, right? But she was she just had a litter of puppies, and then they kept the puppies and dumped her. And so she was going through some major postpartum depression, and then of course we went through the menopause because she got fixed right after that. But you guys, this has been my best friend, and I absolutely have loved having her. So please go to any local, even if you're not in the Dallas area, please check out your animal shelter and choose to adopt versus anything else. They need homes.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I love dogs. I prefer a dog over a cat any day. Because when I get my house, I'm buy me a dog. Have me a dog inside the house. I don't know. I might name him Bosco or something like that. Whenever he come around, like.
Look,
And
her name was Coco. Her name was Coco when I adopted her, but I thought when she got a new home, she deserved a new name for her fresh start.
okay.
And so Karma was what I chose to name her. And she has definitely been good karma in my life.
Aw. So
Awesome,
sweet.
awesome, awesome. So I know, Kelly, I know you got to get to work. I know you got some stuff you have to do. I know you on the time schedule. Ursula, Desiree. For our featured guest, Kelly, do you have any final remarks? As a matter of fact, this episode gonna be titled because you said some weird. You said something about being weird. And I said it's not weird, just being you. You actually gave the title for the show that be put on Apple. It's not weird.
Oh, you
You
broke
just
up.
being you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can
Yeah,
hear
hear me.
you.
I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Okay. All right. Well, based on the title of the show is, and you gave it to me, Kelly. The title of the show is gonna be "It's Not Weird. You Just Being You." That's gonna be the title of this show. So I just will let you know you gave me the title of the show when I uploaded on Spotify and stuff like that. So that's interesting. I just want to let you know that.
I think she might be having a little technical difficulties.
All right, but y'all, is I'm coming through clear?
Yeah, you're coming through clear to us.
Okay. I think she's still there. I see her.
I can see her. I think she's just kind of frozen right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it's not working.
Okay. Wanted to give her a final remark when she get back. But like I said, we had a great show here until she get back in. Um, but other than that, man, we had a great time here on the show. Some stuff on the show we really said until she popped back in. Till Kelly can pop back in. But man, we talked about some interesting stuff on the show, guys. We really did. Not giving up in your dreams. You know, that was good. Not you know what it really was talked about too? How not worrying about what people think, especially dealing with family, because you like her. I did not know that her parents were not supportive of what she's doing, but she kept on. She's keeping on doing what she's doing. That's really big.
Yeah, I think that not giving up is so important, and hearing that from her, I think was that's something that hit me when she said that even though her parents weren't supporting her. Hey,
Hmm.
Kelly, I'm talking about you as if you weren't here, but it's okay. It wasn't nothing bad. Hearing her say that, even though they weren't supportive for whatever those reasons were, she didn't
Right.
let it stop her from chasing and pursuing her dream. And I think that that was such a good, important message for everybody to hear.
Yeah, it was, and we kudos for that because you didn't stop. Because some people, Kelly, would stop if their family not supporting them, but you kept on going, and that's really big. That is something that you're really serious about, and it is something you really, really care about, and just keep doing it. And while I was mentioning earlier, you gave me a title for the show. It's not weird. You just being you.
Yeah.
That's why I want to let you know. You gave me the title for the show, so I will upload the title to this show on the other social media platforms.
Okay.
But before you get off, do you have any final remarks you want to leave to the listening audience?
Um, just do what your heart tells you to do. Like, like really go for your dreams and just be great, inspire other people, and do it because too, like not only for yourself, but because for the next little boy or little girl looking up to you, give them hope that they can do whatever they put their mind to. And it can be possible. Like it starts with a dream, literally. So you just have to see through the dream. You'll get through it. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. Hey man, y'all put in that work. Y'all keep grinding, and keep grinding. No matter. And you know what? Break away from the naysayers. Break away from the haters. Break away from those who don't have no vision for their life. Break away from people who are not goal oriented. Break away from them people who is not doing anything. And then I'm at to the point I don't like being around negative people. If you could murmur and complaining, I don't want to be around you. I want to be around people who is goal oriented. I want to be around people making things happen. Not only that, I want to be around people that's going to challenge me to be a better man more and more each and every day. And that's just the type of people I want to be around. And I just love what I do with the podcast. Big shout out to Ursula and Desiree. Big shout out to the Corn and Shay as well. They be on the show with us, do the weekdays. And I'm very excited. And just keep doing what you're doing, Kelly. And also, about to get off the air. Man, y'all remember the graveyard. Everybody had one thing in common. They thought they were going to see the mark, and they didn't. Let's live life like it's our last. It's Saturday. We know quote unquote, is a day of rest, a day of the Sabbath. Man, y'all enjoy your Saturday, enjoy your day, reach your goals, master your goals, love you, be in love with you, marry you, invest in you, be you, and learn, and also get some mentoring. Also, if you need some mentor, find you a great mentor, somebody that's gonna help you and coach you along the way. We're gonna be back here Tuesday night here on the podcast. We're gonna be back prime time, of course, at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. So we're gonna be back here Tuesday night. Remember, follow us. We live stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Also, check out our social media platforms on Spotify, iHeart, Apple Podcasts. Also, we all link in also. So if you don't link in, holla at me. I love to holla at what you look, connect with you on LinkedIn. Um, Big shout out to Cody. Cody is working on our website, gang. So he's putting our website together. So when that up and going, I'm very excited that we got our website up and going, so people can check out our website and all these episodes that we done. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna let y'all know a little secret. I really don't go back and watch none of the episodes. I just
Listen, I do for so that I can critique myself of knowing, but then it doesn't ever work because I'm always like, "Girl, your chin was showing a little bit." That like, and but you know what? I just say it is what it is.
I never did. I mean, I try to, but I don't. Then people say, "Oh man, the episode was good." I guess I'm just. Some people don't like looking at their own work. I guess they like other people look at their work. Some people just don't look at their work. I'm just one. I never look back at my work. People say, "Oh man, it was good," but if I see something could be better, then yeah. Because I ain't gonna lie, we did some episodes before y'all came on Desiree and
Mhm.
Ursula, and Shay could tell you, ain't nobody gonna never see them episodes. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. Some of the guests I had on here in the past, them episodes ain't never gonna be seen. And if you seen the expression on my face with them ever, no, because what it is, it's like I want to be around people who's more serious. And if I'm interviewing you and I'm showcasing what you got going on, and you coming in any kind of way, you're not taking yourself seriously. How can the viewing audience take you serious? You know what I'm saying? It's like some people just don't care. I
Look,
mean, they
I
be
watch them. I go back and I watch it, but like I said last, what was it on Wednesday night? I'm so expressive. I use my hands when I talk. Y'all see my eyes all the time. I'm
I do it too. I mean,
like
that's just
I am,
normal.
I am just like, you know what? I can't help it. This is really like even when you're having a conversation, like as a social worker, you would think I'd have a really good affect to me. I am when I'm in work, but when I'm just myself, sorry, it's like storming here and I could hear sirens. So I just wanted to make sure it wasn't. But before we do get off the air, can I please just say this really quick? If you are in the Flower Mound area, the PTSD Foundation of America is actually having a charity barbecue cook off. There's fun for all the family. There's free barbecue, live music, stuff for the kids, silent auctions, everything. So I just wanted to give that shout out to the PTSD Foundation of America. If you're in that area, please stop by. They're there from 11 until 5, and that's at 1500 Cross Timbers Road in Flower Mound.
Awesome. Hey, a lot of great stuff going on, ladies and gentlemen. So stay plugged in. Follow Kelly on all social media platforms. Kelly, let us know one more time where can they follow you on all social.
Oh yes, yes. So you guys can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, um, Spotify. If you guys go to Kelly Morgan and Google, all of my socials will come up. And I also want to say thank every single one of you who came to watch me today on the podcast and got to know these amazing individuals just like I did. God bless all of you guys.
God bless you too. We appreciate you. And
Yeah.
never be a
Yeah.
stranger. And if you do, and whenever you do come, I won't say if, but when you
She's
do come to
coming.
DFW,
Yeah.
look us up and we'll be glad. Because I'm serious. I'm at the point now, I'm like Nike.
Just do it.
I said, that's it. Because the old saying is, why put off tomorrow what you could do today? I'm not saying that because opportunities always present themselves. And you really lose when you don't take advantage of the opportunities. And I'm the type of dude, I don't want to live in regret no more. I don't want to have that type woulda, coulda, shoulda. Them days over with for me.
And I
So
want
it's
you to
just
I
like,
want you to come so that we can road trip it to see Ursula. That's what I want.
Yes.
So we can go eat, okay? That's what I'm going for.
you gotta eat that food.
Look, y'all know where I'm at. I said I was gonna go to the gym when we got off here, but y'all already know.
You gotta eat that food.
It's
Okay.
lunchtime, Desiree. It's lunchtime.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
See, it is
It's
12:20,
lunchtime.
and since I'm like hours away, because I commute 3 hours a day to go to my job, and so it's 3 hours there, 3 hours home. You know, I won't probably be driving to the barbecue. That's why, but I still had to give that shout out to support all of our veterans because I work in veteran services. So I want to make sure that since I wasn't there physically to help out today, that I at least shouted that out to them. So, but it is lunchtime. I'll be. How about this? I'm going to work out. I'm going to walk. I'm going to get in some steps to the kitchen and fix me something with that Mexi Ranch.
Hey, it's all about balance. You got it, girl. You got it going on. Perfect balance.
Look, we do what we do.
Like she said, it's all about that balance. So balance everything out. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we about to get ready to go, man. Y'all have a great Saturday. We're gonna be back here Tuesday night here on the podcast. And Kelly, remember, never be a stranger. Anytime you want to be on the show, holler at us. We'd love to have you on. We want to get some follow up with you. We want to see how everything coming along with you. So don't be a stranger, Miss Kelly. So we'll be looking forward to hear from you. And Ursula, be shout out to you and Desiree. Gang, we're gonna be back here Tuesday night here on the podcast. Man, y'all have a great day. And catch us on the back end. Peace, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Break a sweat. Quick with the toolie on my side. Quick with the toolie on my side. Yeah, I never run, I never hide. No. You a snitch, who you talking to outside? Jump off in the whip, we gon' take you for a ride. Know the click, we don't do no suit and tie. Self-defense if you think you finna slide. If it come to it, put it on the line. Put it on the line. Born black, baby. Half past crazy, I'm a jazz baby. Cash payment /app maybe. Nashville, you Wilma Rudolph with the laps lately. Fast paced dash, even crash, music blast bassy. Rockin' Compton Garçon and palm tree shade. All behave, never talk down in all these days. All these ways to cash out and call these plays. Calculated my responses and they all be rage. But let me put this on the record, I don't take no disrespect. Treat that like your chain, boy.